Oi, oi, oi. Big up to every one of you. How are we all doing? We are back. I am finally back. And I have got some fantastic, comfortable. What are we doing here? So I've been away that long, I can't even talk anymore. I'm just that excited to have such a wonderful panel on and have such a wonderful world-class chatters all. And to my right, we've got Normski, man. Big up to you. When I start talking English, you might understand me. Eh? How you doing?
Yeah, man, all good to have you back on. And big up to the world-class chat. Big up to Shane. Big up to DJB. It's going to be the OGs tonight. I'm looking forward to it. So,
yeah, boy. And of course, underneath the superstar that is Normski, we've got another legend, the creator of the Fluirish. It's our brother Shane. It's our geezer Shane. How's your weekend, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Thanks for having me on. As always, I always look forward to the OGs. I'm all discombobulated. Normski's normally to my side, and normally DJB's above me, man. I'm all over the place.
Hold on, yeah.
I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on. But yeah, no, look. Hey, there it is.
There we go.
Change it now. Don't change it now.
No, I've got DJB raising the roof again. No, I'm looking forward to it, man. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, can't wait to get into it. And big up to everybody in the chat. Big up to Norms, DJB, and yourself, of course. And yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, wicked, man. And of course, above you now, we've got DJB. How was your weekend, my friend?
Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, I enjoy my weekends in the summer, which is good. And always a pleasure. I look forward to Mondays with sharing the screens with the Normski, the Shane, and yourself. And yeah, in the chat. Yeah, all good. Looking forward to it.
You'd never guess what I was up to on the weekend.
Hey!
You've got the old fucking bucket out. Come on, man. I finally got to see Oasis.
How did it go? How were they live?
We finally, after 20 bloody years, I finally got to see Oasis for the first time on Friday.
Wow.
It was a bloody long wait. I got VIP tickets. I bought them about a year ago. And yeah, we got this. We got the old hat, which is always a lovely reversible one as well. So my missus had that side on. I know you got a couple of little badges in with it and all of that. Ah, kid, all right, calm down.
Lovely.
You got a few other little bits and all of that. It was all right. It was really good, much needed. And I tell you what, I think I spoke to Shane on the Saturday, the day after, and I was in bits, man. Like, you know, for what goes up must come down. And I'll tell you what, I had a bloody good day Friday. But I'm not going to lie, boys. Saturday, I was fucking flagging, mate. I was absolutely rough as arseholes, mate. I can promise you that. But, you know, it is what it is. It's cause and effect, isn't it?
Are they good life, man? Good? All good?
I don't know whether, you know, obviously added sentiment in with them because I love them anyway. But it was good. Yeah. It really didn't disappoint. It was actually better than I thought it was going to be, which is all you can ask for. We just hope Arsenal are going to do exactly the same thing and be better than we hope for. But you know what? Talking about and getting back to football, of course, I briefly just want to start with our girls, man. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Because yet again, the girls are showing us the way. And I'll tell you what, it was a couple of Arsenal girls, in particular, you know, Chloe Kelly being clutch as she always is. What a few months for her, do you know what I mean? Scoring a winner in the Champions League final. Assist coming off the bench again, assisting the equaliser and scoring the winning penalty in the shootout. And obviously, you know, the girls brought it home in the first tournament that we've won off of English soil. I know you won't care too much, Shane. Being an Irishman, that man. but no, it was good, wasn't it, to see the girls bringing it home yet again in the Euros, and the nation was together for it. Do you know what I mean? You know, I just thought it was a really good moment. You know what I mean? So buzzing for the girls, man. Buzzing for the girls. What do you reckon, boys?
Yeah. All good. Yeah, I mean, they can only do the job that they see in front of them, and I mean, Spain obviously. They had more possession. They looked more threatening. They were a better team, but they got over the line, and that's what it's all about. Yeah. It's getting over the line. No one remembers how they done it. They just done it, and it's getting over the line. And there's a manager, there's a coach that can get over the line on the big occasion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
unlike someone.
Yeah. Do you know what I don't know whether I'm exactly right. I think I am, but in the knockout rounds, didn't England only lead for 4 minutes or something like that? I think I heard the commentator say. So throughout the knockout, they come from behind and all that. I tell you what, fair dues. That's sometimes you got to win it like that, ain't you, boys? Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you've just got to have. I think they were 2-0 down and come back and then won a penalty shootout. Then were 1-0 down and come back and got a late winner in extra time, and then come back from being 1-0 down. Having that moment and then probably being outplayed, I'd say the latter stages of the 90 minutes and then definitely in the extra time. But it's all about who scores more in the penalties. And me and my missus was watching it, and was it a young girl? I can't remember her name. Aggie Man, was it?
Yeah.
She's a young player of the tournament. Fair dues to the girl.
She used to be a ball girl 4 years ago.
Yeah, was that it? All 4 years ago. So she's young, but I mean, fair dues to her, and obviously fair dues to our Chloe Kelly. And I'll tell you what, when the Spanish lady was walking, taking that penalty, she had made a couple of miss kicks in the game. She tried being smart and flicking something and missed it. And when she came up to the pen, I said to my missus, I was like, she's miskicked about 3 chances in front of goals. I was like, she's either going to make up for it and blast it over, or she's going to put it wide. And the girl puts it wide, and that's that. Yeah. Just take your penalties from there on. Do you know what I mean? And the girls put them away.
I mean, they weren't the best penalties in the world. They weren't the best penalties in the world, but at the end of the day, somebody had to win it. But it's the mentality, it's the resilience for them to do what they've done, only leading 4 minutes of the tournament, and so come back from behind and do that. It shows that, and that's what. So nobody cares. Nobody cares. Yeah. All they care about now is somebody holding a trophy to say, these guys, they've done it, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah, Kenny Ken was talking about today on Views, and he was like, he watches a lot of it, and he was saying that they were it's the worst England team he's seen in ages.
Oh yeah, really?
Yeah, and this he said like the manager that's what a manager does, and getting to like your best memories, like Normsky said, nobody cares about how they play. They remember lifting the trophy. My favorite Ireland moments came from World Cup 90. I was only talking about it today on my show. We got to the quarterfinals in World Cup 90 without winning a game in 90 minutes, and we only scored 2 goals. But I have so many memories from that World Cup. We didn't win a game in 90 minutes. Got to the quarterfinal and scored 2 goals. And it's our favourite moment. Or any Ireland fan that's old enough, World Cup 90 is the pinnacle of football. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. Wimbledon came up on my show today when they beat Liverpool in the cup final. And I said to my chat, does anyone know where they finished that year? Nobody knew. Nobody cares. Nobody cares where they finished.
It's like the penalty shootout, FA Cup against Man United.
Got hounded us in that.
We absolutely
hounded us.
What do you remember? Was it Ruud Van Nistelrooy?
Free kick.
What's that? Sorry.
We had one shot, a Van Persie free kick that skipped the post. I think that was it. That was it. The whole match, they absolutely shredded us.
Was it extra time, boys, or was it?
They hit the post
late on? Their crossbar. Do you remember, was it Ruud Van Nistelrooy headed it, and Lundberg was on the line and headed it up and off the bar? But
having said that, in Cardiff, we absolutely battered Liverpool and got
even more. So. If there had been VAR, Henshaw handling the ball on the line with 10 minutes gone, it would have been a penalty and a red card.
Michael, there's someone in the chat. There's someone in the chat that we'll bring up to, and then we'll come back. I don't know how old you are, Katie. You'll probably remember that Michael Owen moment. Yes, you're so and so. But what I did want to say to you and wanted to highlight your comment was we will be getting to that very, very, very soon.
She told me about it this morning. She told me about it this morning
Katie,
in the chat.
I've seen it as well. I've seen it as well, Katie. I'm absolutely just sums it all up for me. Just sums
and then again in the morning. Then again in the morning. And then he'd be getting clipped up. Then he'd be getting clipped up. And he'd be getting clipped up laughing at me for saying Arsenal might finish outside the top 4 to saying Liverpool finish 4th. I think we know. If anybody had if that was black or red on a roulette table and you had to bet, everybody's betting on Arsenal.
I can't wait for that breakfast tomorrow. That's all I've got to say.
James sharpening his knife tonight, and then he's striping up for you,
Sutcliffe.
Oh man, that's funny. He's sharpening the old knives up now, and I tell you what, the chef is gonna do some absolute slicing.
Sutcliffe has a few knives as well, man. Sutcliffe has a few knives. He is the Yorkshire.
Yeah. Oh well, and a shovel and a,
He didn't bother burying them, man. He just left them where they were.
Oh, he's a ruthless bastard. Yeah, but listen, big up to Vigilante, man. Big up
the Vigilante, my friend. Big up.
I was just going to say big up to Sutcliffe, and I was going to say, oh, Jesus Christ.
There is a guy called Sutcliffe that comes into my chat. There is a lad that comes in with a picture of Sutcliffe, and his name is Sutcliffe. Yeah.
Oh man,
I have them all in my chat, man.
Big up, Vigilante, and don't forget as well, ladies and gents. The guys' links are already pinned, and they have been since the start of the show. So please smash a like on this video. Come on, man. Subscribe to me, but make sure if you're not going to do either one of them, make sure you go and subscribe to DJB, Shane, and Normski, please. If not me, make sure you do for them guys. Come on, world-class commentators. Come on. Terry Tibbs, how you doing, man? Jay Malloy, big up to you, bruv. Quadras in the building, big up to you. We got Joe Connor, man. How you doing, Joe? Joe Connor. I always want to say that when I see your name, man. Big up. Who's it? Shit, big up. Oh, was that all on my way? Oh, yeah, fair dues. Yeah, we're getting there. Nearly at 2K. Come on, man. We're slowly but surely. We'll get there. I haven't streamed as much, and I probably actually should use that as an opportunity to apologise to people that view regularly, to people that are subscribed, not subscribed. Members as well. I've not had the best of weeks the last 2, 3, 4 weeks maybe. To be perfectly honest with you, so I do apologise. Content's been a little bit scarce. Sometimes you just got to do the right thing, you know, and take a bit of a seat back. You know, I weren't able to be me and give content that I wanted to do. I weren't really in the right frame of mind. I won't go into too much details. But what I will tell you is, I've got a smile on my face again. I'm back. I'm happy. Things are sorted. And more importantly, things are actually going all right. I've actually not had a bad three or four sort of days. Everything's clicked back nicely into place. I won't carry on boring you to fucking death with it. But what I'm saying is we are back. Snore, bore, end of. Let's get back into football. Big up, Binks, man. Top quality. Thank you very much for being here, Geezer. We got Gavin in the building, man. How are you doing, my bro? Who else we got in here, man? Come on, man. We've already said hello to you. Come on, man. Big up. We'll say hello to you again, no. We'll say hello to you again, no, Jamboy. Come on, man. Waffle, what a legend in the building, man. Big up to you, brother. World class chat as always in the building, man. Come on, we got enough respect for that. I see Gianni. I just scrolled down. Gianni, big up to you, Gianni. Wahaha. Come on, man. Joseph Tyrell's in the building. Who else we got? Martin Tapp, big up to you, man. I've been seeing you a message coming quite a lot. Big up to you, Martin, man. He's always commenting on the videos. Rob Future as well. Big up to you, brother. Aces is in the building. Apologies for anyone that I have missed. I will be coming back to this thing very soon. Suge is obviously in the building. Come on. Big up, Adam. Big up, Sean. DJB and Normski and that chat. Come on. And like I said earlier, hit them likes up and subscribe to everyone that actually streams. Come on, man, spread the love, people, and that's what he does. Our Suge, and we got Lawrence in the building. Big up to you, brother. All the hype about Gyökeres has been overtaken by Dowman's 5-star performance, in my opinion. The kid reminds me a lot of Brady, Wilshere, Cesc when they first broke into the team. It was actually going to be something I spoke about in a little bit, but as you've sent that in there now, I think it's only fair, Lawrence, and thank you very much, by the way, and thank you very much, Suge. I think it's only fair. We might as well touch on that now, to be fair. So Max Dowman, man, I'll put my hands up and say I didn't watch the whole game. I did watch like 9 or 10 minutes sort of worth of highlights, and then, you know, you always find all his touches, etc., etc. And I'll tell you what, boys, for a 15-year-old kid who's in year 10, Jesus Christ, my son is in year 5. I mean that's madness. And this kid is coming out here against fully grown men. I know it's only pre-season, but he's still going out there against seasoned professionals. And I tell you what, no matter what's in front of you, boys, you've still got to do the job. You know, he could come into his own. He could go into his shell. Do you know what I mean? You've still got to go ride tough physical challenges. You've still got to have the confidence to try and progress things. You've still got to do the business. And I tell you what, I'm half impressed with the kid. I really am. You know, I'm not going to be one of them Arsenal fans that are going to be like, yeah, he should be starting at the start next season. No, all that. I think he should be on the bench for Manchester United. I think that's fair to say. Just to sort of get him there, do you know what I mean? Reward him, because that's what Mikel Arteta fails to do. And I will let one of the boys come in just in a second. But that's what I feel Mikel Arteta fails to do. He only played Miles Lewis-Skelly out of necessity. You know, if Calafiori and everyone else was back fully fit, you know, he probably wouldn't have played as much. Look at even Waneri. I thought he deserved a lot more minutes than he got. He really, really, really did, especially when Odegaard was stinking the place out. He was subbing Odegaard off. I mean, most subbed captain, most subbed Arsenal player, by the way. And, you know, he still won't give even minutes. That reward, that well done, you come on and change the game. So I really sort of hope, I know it's not the best of rewards, but I do hope that, here you go, son, you've got a place on the bench here, Ethan. There you go. Oh, sorry, Max, you deserve that. I know what the boys are going to agree with me, but yeah, DJB, what do you reckon on the young lad? He's looking fucking good, isn't he?
Oh, it's incredible. Every now and again, Aaron, you see in all walks of sport, you see someone sort of born out of a natural. And this kid has just got it as a natural talent. And you see it, don't you? I mean, we've all been at school. We've all seen that kid in the school where you just think to yourself, God, how can he run that fast, And this kid's just got it all. He's just got it all. He's just got balance. He's got a purpose. When he goes past players, he's got an end product. That's the key for me. You see a lot of players, they go past players and then they get into that final third or they get in that position and there's no end product. But this guy's got an end product, whether that's a pass, whether that's a shot, he's just got it all. And it's incredible. We're really, really lucky. We're really, really lucky that he's at the club because this kid's going places and he's got to be managed properly, obviously, because he's only young. But I don't want him coming into the team by default. I want him to come into the team because someone's not playing how they should be playing. And if you've got Odegaard as the captain not performing next season, what better to kick him up the backside than a 15-year-old kid coming in and taking his place? Do you know what I mean? And this is what I'm trying to say. So for me, if he's good enough, then he's got to be in and around the squad because he's only going to gain more experience by going to matches with the players, warming up with the players, just being there. He's going to gain experience and what he sees from every day. Super talent. Same as Saka when he came through. Another super talent. When Yeri, Skelly, what they're doing at Howland is a fantastic job. It's where we can take them from now on in. That's the thing for me. I just don't want anything to be coached out of him. This kid can't be coached in a way that's going to make him robotic. You've got to keep that enjoyment in him. You've got to keep that free flowing football in him. You can't coach that out of him, and it's easy to coach it out of him in this day and age in this football. But you've got to just keep it free flowing. You just got to let him play, and if he does that, I think he's going places. Definitely, 100% going places because he's just got everything. As I said, you just got to keep level-headed on it though. You can't get too excited because on the flip side of it, I have seen players over the years come through, burst onto the scene, and then after a season, they're not the same player. Suddenly as quick as they bounce up, they're sort of coming back down to earth. I hope that don't happen. But he's got a bit of everything for me. I can see a bit of Cesc in him. When players are around him, he finds space. I can see a bit of Liam Brady with him, with his balance and his dribbling skills. He gets his head up. Yeah, he's got it all, man. But, just hope he goes in the right direction under this manager. That's all I can say.
Yeah. And do you know what? You're spot on as always, D. And I want to use that last little bit that you said to bring Shane in with that as well. And the last thing you obviously said was about the direction that he's going. I reckon naturally, of course, especially only being 15, his natural progression for the next couple of years should be that way anyway. But the manager, he can hit a ceiling very, very, very quickly under this manager, can't he, Shane? And that's the problem with it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to respectfully slightly disagree with you. I'd rather him not be too much around the first team next season. I think he's still so young. I'd rather him play an under-21s game or a reserve game than travel with the squad and not come on. It's great being around the players and all that. I get it. Part of my fear is that him being around his manager too much. That's part of my fear. He'll end up being. I've said on my show many a time that this last 4 or 5 years, this generation, I'll include Saka in it, that's come from Saka up to now, has to compare with the 70s and 80s where we brought through, and I'm not biased here, all the Irish lads, and then on the tail end of that, all the Paul Davises and Rocastles and stuff like that came through. The fact that we had the Liam Brady's, David O'Leary's and all that came through. We haven't been gifted, I won't say golden era, but something along those lines like this in a long time. But if you look at Smith Rowe, didn't work out because of this manager. I always liked him. I thought there was potential there. Eddie Nketiah, we know wasn't great, but he's moved on. I think Saka would have been better under another manager. Lewis Skelly's being played out of position. Eaton's getting microwave minutes in the wrong position. So I don't see why people think this is going to be different. I mean, people are just forgetting about Ethan now. Like, if Odegaard's stinking up the place, it should be Ethan coming in from, because he's proven he can do it. You know, he's proven he can do it. But that is my, this guy is, don't get me wrong. You know, the fans like us that have been watching the youth team and stuff like that, and if you go on the Arsenal app, you can watch every youth game. We all knew about Ethan before he got in the team. We knew about this guy before he got in the team. We knew he was a great player. It was no surprise to me when he came on and did that. But if you remember the Emirates, it was a long time ago under Wenger. But I think we had Madrid and Juventus in it. And Jack Wilshere played it at 16, and he shredded Madrid and Juventus. And we were all like, this is the next guy. And he could have been. He could have been. But Wenger's admitted he played him too young. He nearly cries talking about it. He nearly comes to tears when he talks about it, because the injuries got too much. When your body's still growing, you can get some serious injuries that will keep affecting you. Your body's still growing. So look, the guy's brilliant. The guy's unbelievable. I know he is. I just hope that by the time he hits, you know, the pressure that's been put on him by Arsenal fans. I saw D do a whole video saying he's the best young player I've seen since Messi and stuff like that. Just slow down a bit now. He played 2 45-minute cameos. You need to slow the fuck down, because these kids are on Instagram. These kids are on Facebook. They scroll through. If he keeps hearing all this stuff about himself, the best player in the world, you know, the people need to calm the fuck down. We do this all the time to our players. They're suddenly the best thing ever. I've seen Liverpool just are trying to sign £150 million Max Dowman and all this sort of just stop. Like, you know what I mean? You just need to relax. Yeah. He's a wonderful, wonderful talent. I still think Ethan's the best I've seen, including Saka, of recent times. I think naturally, this guy could be, but I've seen Ethan come on, do it against teams when the chips are down. This guy could come in. He might not fancy it when the pressure's on. He might not like pressure. He might find that he likes a drink. But there's so many things that can happen that we need to sort of, and I'm not, again, people say, oh, you're only finding the negatives. No, I've got kids, man. You know what I mean? You do start to, you know, you worry about the external stuff that can get to them. You know what I mean? So for me, he's unbelievable. He is unbelievable. But what Arteta will do, I'm not sure of the age compared to Ethan's. If he's still younger than when Ethan made his debut, he will be on the bench against United and Leeds, and he'll bring him on to break that record. Just to make a point. He'll toss him aside, because then he knows that the top Gooners, if we ever say he's crap with youth, they'll go, well, he's played the 2 youngest players in the history of the Premier League. What do you mean? You know, he thinks about all this stuff. But it'll take one Max Dowman not tracking back. He'll turn on him. You know, this manager, you know, he doesn't care. He'll take the credit for it. Hale End have handed him all these gems, right? All these gems. And like I said, Lewis Skelly's being played out of position. Ethan should have played more than he did. Saka's been run into the ground. You know what I mean? Emil Smith-Rowe was tossed to the side. So we need to remember who the manager is as well. Hale End must be getting sick of handing this guy absolute gems and just seeing them getting polished into thirds every time. So yeah, he's 15. And I do like the Liam Brady comparison, but I also, you know, Lawrence says it and DJB says it. And it's the first thing I thought of as well. Bit of Liam Brady, that gangly cutting inside, leaving players for dead. Not necessarily lightning quick, but looks it because of the way he shifts his body and stuff like that. Absolutely wonderful player. But I also want to calm down and stuff like that, because I don't want to be comparing. When people are saying best young player since Messi, you're just looking at Yamal having won the Euros at 16.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Come on. Like,
he's not there yet.
We do need to slow down. We need to slow down. But look, absolute shining star. Hopefully, this manager's gone by the end of the season, and we get in a manager who goes, right, now you're ready. And then we have Ethan and Max Dowman and Saka and all these lads balling out and suddenly playing attacking football. It's like I've said before, and I'll finish on this. If we got a new manager in today, we suddenly have one of the best midfields in the league overnight, because we have Ethan 100%. And we have Lewis Skelly and we have Max Dowman and then all the players that we already have there. We suddenly have one of the best midfields. But because of this manager, we have Ethan, who will probably be played out the right when Saka's not fit. We have Lewis Skelly played out of position. We have Max Dowman, who will probably, like I said, play 1 or 2 minutes and then he'll be tossed aside. But he's just the wrong manager. It's the wrong time. But hopefully by the time he's mature enough to play, i.e. 16, preferably 17 to starting, this manager's gone, and then
yeah. I knew you was going to finish with that. Yeah, when you was linking in there, I knew that's where it was going, and I believe quite rightly so as well. But yeah, big up to Lawrence as well for that super chat as well, and I hope you're doing well, my friend. We've got just before I bring Normski in with the same sort of thing. Joseph sent the super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Madawaki, Shane's favourite. Yeah. Big up to you, Joseph. What he said. Big up, Aaron and panel, man. Come on every time. Thank you very much, my man. We got Suge has been double Suge generous again. Our brother from down under has gifted 5 people Aaron Talks Arsenal membership. So for the lucky 5, the super lucky 5 that got them, if you could just say a double thanks to our brother Suge, that would be absolutely unbelievable. And while I'm remembering again, make sure you subscribe to all of these wonderful so-and-sos and smash the like on the stream. It massively helps. As well, I see earlier in the chat, BBK was there. I was scrolling down for a super chat and I missed you being in there, bud. But big up to you and everyone go and sub to BBK as well. We love a bit of Taron, man. He's an absolute geezer. And as well, Gianni, another absolute geezer, from a geezer to another geezer. We got Gianni in the building. Big up to you, brother. It's saying Dowman looks to be a star. And I totally agree, my friend. But is an indictment on Arteta's project. A 15-year-old is now what we're hoping to break out to help us win a new 14. And I wanted to tie in and bring Normski in, of course. They're around with this. Gianni's spitting facts as Gianni always fucking does, my brother. What's your take on that, my friend, Norms?
I mean, I'm just looking for something. Hold on.
Yeah.
Anybody seen Charlie? Anybody seen Charlie Patino?
Charlie.
Just Charlie.
Charlie.
Oh, no.
Charlie.
Nah. Listen, what I've got to say about Max Dowman, man, what a talent. What an absolute talent. And I mean, I didn't see the game in its entirety. I only saw the second half and the highlights of it. And bro, as you rightly said, he's a hybrid of all those players that we've just spoken about. Fantastic player, only 15 years old. And you saw what he did with Joe Linton. I mean, he was up against men. Yes, it's a pre-season. I get it, and I understand that. But listen, it was when you saw them, they weren't shying at tackles, and look, he got hit a few times, but he got up, brushed himself off, went again.
Yep.
And he was the one that set the goal or got the penalty awarded because he just attacks the space. He's not worried about, he don't care about the other people around him. But as I said, we have to be careful because everybody's comparing him to Messi and everybody wants Yamal. We just got to take our time, integrate him into the side slowly. Now, I mean, I would love to see him in the side, but for you sparingly. But I get what Shane is saying in the sense of when you've got a manager like Arteta who just kills the talent, that is the worry for me. Because you're seeing what's happened to Patina, you're seeing what's happened to. I mean, listen, Saka's a fantastic player, but he was better under Unai Emery. And you know what I mean? We saw this guy played without the handbrakes on. And I don't want that talent to be squeezed out of Max Dowman. I mean, what a player. And I think the other thing as well is that you're looking at Martin Odegaard to step up. And I think it's kind of that thing of, bro, if he doesn't play well, who we got to kind of come in? Now, listen, hopefully Eze might come through the door. And then Eze is the one that's going to challenge Odegaard. But Downham, Ethan Van Reary, you know what I mean? These players, they can come in and definitely do a job. Absolutely do a job. You notice that they're playing Ethan in a more central role. We'll see what happens and how that goes forward. But I from what I've seen of Downham in the last few games and in the pre-season, he just literally is making Odegaard look silly. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And Odegaard needs to take a few pages out of the book and see how this guy is operating. He plays without any fear, but we just got to be careful and all the big, because as big as we make him big, the press can bring him down really quick. And as I said, if he makes one mistake, we're going to be on him. He's only 15 years old, year 10. I mean, year 10. I mean, this guy is going to be doing his GCSEs and all that. You know what I mean? So we just got to be careful. He's a talent. Get past that. Don't put the pressure on him. But, I couldn't believe it. I mean, when I heard that he was like 6 foot, I'm thinking, guy, this is like a boy in a man's body. I mean, you look at Wayne Rooney when he came on the scene. Do you know what I mean? That guy was tonk. And I'm not, he wasn't fat, he was just tonk and that.
He was a man, wasn't he?
He was a
Yeah.
man. You know what I
He
mean?
was a man, yeah.
And as I say, if you're old enough, good enough,
Well, yeah, but no, even Wayne Rooney was used sparingly at 16, 17.
That's
you know
what I'm trying to say.
So let's get on. We're talking about Wayne Rooney here. Like,
want...
he was used sparingly as well.
As well.
These fans that are saying throw him in, and
No, definitely. Definitely. And listen, Odegaard has to step up. That's as simple as that. I mean, I sent you that that clip of Goka was reading. He goes, "Yeah, I need some assists of you, so you better make sure."
Good luck with that, mate.
But listen, but Dowman, what a player, what a talent. But let's just keep his feet on the ground and just see how we go forward with him.
Yeah. Boys, what's just quickly, we don't have to spend much more time on this, but what's your expectations of him next season? And I'll go back round to DJB. It doesn't have to be a long thing, but in terms of game time, do you expect him to make his Premier League debut like I do? What's your expectations for him for the season? What would you expect for him to wrap up the season with? I don't mean trophies, of course. I just mean from a personal perspective. What do you reckon would be a good season for Max Dowman to get in terms of
Max Dowman output? Get some minutes in the domestic cups, probably Carabao Cup. Get some minutes, get a taste of the Carabao Cup. Get a few minutes here and there. Perhaps when the game's won, or if a game's won, come on and get some minutes at the end. He's just going to be gap filling, really. As I said, he has got to be used in the right way. It's just going to be sporadic. It's going to be like being with a team, getting a few minutes here and there. But yeah, that's what I'd be expecting. I'd be expecting him to get a few minutes, Carabao Cup, FA Cups, that kind of thing. But then again, it depends where we are in the league, Aaron. Yeah. Because if we have fallen behind in the Premiership League, and the cups are the only thing we've got to go for, again, it's down to Mikel Arteta what team he plays. Because if he bins, his art is set on the Premiership and the Champions League. And if that all goes wrong very, very early, suddenly he's then got to win the next trophy, which is the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup. So all depends. Yeah, I'd like to see him get some minutes, similar to what he's getting in the friendlies, really. And then eased in that way. But on the flip side of that, what I worry about Nwaneri is I saw the way this manager treated Nwaneri last season. And I still don't think that Nwaneri's his favourite. I don't think Nwaneri's going to get many minutes. And if Eze comes in, I think that's Nwaneri kind of pretty much put to the side. But we'll see. We'll see, definitely.
Just quickly, I'm going to actually ask Shane a different question. Do you think signing Eze, and I know frustratingly, he will probably be played on the left. Do you reckon us signing Eze would stunt the growth further of an Ethan Nwaneri and a Max Dowman? Or do you reckon Mikel Arteta just go on? I'll let you answer it. Come.
No. I said it on one of my streams, and someone came into the comments and had a go, and then I explained myself and said, "Okay, I didn't really understand you." He will play Eze out the left. I feel. I don't think Eze is an Arteta signing, mainly because of the Odegaard thing, but also because there's rumours now that he's obsessed with Eze after talking to the Arsenal players and stuff like that. So I think he's laying the groundwork for if he comes in saying that, I've always wanted this guy. I think if we do get Eze, I wouldn't be shocked if Odegaard suddenly has to get his surgery. As crazy as that sounds, I wouldn't be shocked if he suddenly has to get his surgery, which he needs, but apparently. And then he can drop him. But I think that would be even far for Arteta. I think it does stunt. I'm with DJ. I think if we get Eze, you may as well just count out Ethan. The only way then that would be I still think he's cover for Saka. I think Ethan is cover for Saka. I think he's cover for the wing, and Madueke's for the left wing. I think if we're going to get Eze, we're going to sell Martinelli. There's rumours now that Zinchenko and Trossard aren't for sale. I don't know how real those rumours are, but to me, that is. I did say before that if we were going to replace left wing, it would be Martinelli for me, surely for the money that we get in, and that Trossard would be happier. He'd be easier to keep him happy on the bench and come off the bench. I think he's more of an impact player. We saw that last season. He's a bit of a super sub or whatever you want to call it, where Martinelli wouldn't make a difference. You bring him on, he's just going to run it out of play. So I can see that happening. I can see Madueke then being the wing with Trossard as cover. And then if we do get Eze, again, I think it'd be like the Gyökeres thing where Arteta, it's not his signing. I don't think he really wants him. I think he'll take him and he'll try and again change him, turn him into a left winger. And you then have to look at all the AFTV and even Sky Sports that they keep referring to Arsenal after Eze, left winger Eze. I mean, that's what they're saying now. That's what they're saying now. You know what I mean? So it's already, the groundwork's being laid. I always say that this guy lives in a world where when you go to like a fun factory thing or whatever, you just have them over there for the kids with all the ball pits and all, and everything's padded, all child-proofed. That's what these channels do, and they child-proof everything for this manager. So when he falls,
warehouse we've got over.
Yeah, exactly. So when he falls, it's fucking like the Fun Factory. Fucking when your man with the mullet. What was his name in the fucking 90s? The host.
Sharp.
Pat Sharp, man. Pat Sharp settings. Pat Sharp settings. Everything is child-proof for this guy. So then, if he falls, he'll be saved. I do think, him coming in, I genuinely think that Ethan is going to be covered for Saka, Madueke's for the left wing. I think Martinelli will go. And the other thing that I did want to touch on, I said it to Norms today when he sent me the thing about that the Zinchenko's apparently not for sale. To me, that means the Calafiori injury is bad again. I bet you the Calafiori injury is bad again, and that's why we're keeping these guys.
It's another Tommy Esu, that is.
But I'm going off here, but we've already had Saliba apparently had a strain. Gabriel's had a tweak. It's almost like the stuff that we said was going to happen is already happening. These fucking idiots, man. These absolute idiots out there that think, and DJB says it all the time, and I say it all the time. They're like children. Oh, if we sign Gyökeres, everything else goes away. All the bad stuff goes away. Everything goes away. All the injury problems go away. The wage budget goes away. It all goes away. But I do think that Eze will stunt Ethan, and I don't think Arteta will give one care if it stunts Ethan. I don't think he will care. He doesn't care if that kid doesn't. To me, I've said it before. If I took on, and I'll finish on this. If I was given the Arsenal job tomorrow, the first thing I'd do in the office is call Ethan in. I'd say, get Ethan to be first order of business. I'm building the team around you next season in the 10. You're playing in the 10 next season. That's how good I think he is. I think he's ready to be our starting 10.
Yeah, he's too talented.
But he never will be. He never will be, because let's remember that Rice is going to have to do twice as much covering for Zubimendi next season. Twice as much. Even if we don't start with a double pivot, we're basically going to play with that, which leaves Odegaard on his own as our creative force. I mean, if people think we're going to win the league, they're in dreamland with that. Yeah. You know what I mean? They're in dreamland with that. But yeah, with this, I don't think Arteta cares about stunting these players. I really don't. He wants results now.
Yeah.
He doesn't think about the future. He knows he maybe now less so even now when he the first time he's ever thinking maybe I won't get a new contract. Maybe I definitely need to get rid of them. But like I said, he'll play Max Dowman first couple of games of the season to break the record or to come close to it. Say, yeah, look, I've started the two youngest players, and then he'll get microwave minutes in the League Cup, I'd say. But he'll make one appearance in the league for me, and that'll be just to break the record, and then he'll toss him aside.
The thing is as well, to bring it back to Ethan Waneri there. I think, and I agree with you, and I'd be surprised if everyone agreed with me. To be fair, I wouldn't be surprised rather. When you've got raw talent like that, like what Ethan clearly has, you've got to play. You've got to have minutes. And I know that sounds silly because you can easily sound like you contradict yourself by saying, they're only young, they're only this. But when some players just got it, he's clearly got it, and we've sort of had a year to sort of observe him. Not as many minutes as we'd all like, but we know if you was to start this geezer week in, week out, by the end of the season, it'd probably be showing you something excellent. Not something world class, of course not, because then you can rein it back in a little bit. But with these players like Cesc Fabregas, when you're just ready, you are ready. Fabregas was just ready. And he filled the boots of Patrick Vieira, by the way, because Patrick left quite seamlessly in the same... Maybe a season or sort of two, wasn't it? There or thereabouts. Patrick's gone to Juventus, and all of a sudden, Cesc Fabregas is starting every game. He was just good enough. And all right, I will never ever be caught out by saying we didn't miss Patrick Vieira, because we still miss Patrick Vieira. But you know what I'm saying? Because considering we didn't replace it, exactly right. To have a young midfielder come in at that time, soften the blow. That little bit, and it's the same with Jack. What he done, and Shane sort of referenced the Real Madrid at the Emirates Cup, and we always reference the Barcelona game when he pulled Xavi, Iniesta, and Busquets' pants down at the Emirates, and he did. Let's get it absolutely right. That was probably the performance of a lifetime. That was unbelievable. When you've got that talent, you just need to play. Unfortunately, with their manager, they weren't rotated properly, especially more with Jack Wilshere. They just weren't rotated well enough. And it's almost the flip side now with Mikel Arteta. He's not playing them enough. I think with someone like Ethan, you've just got to go. And let's put it like this: if Martin Odegaard starts next season on fire, fair enough. You know, you just sub Martin off and make sure Ethan gets them minutes. Bring him on. You know what I mean? Find time for him. Yes, of course, use him early on rounds of the Carling Cup. Absolutely, well and truly. But on the flip side, if Martin's playing like he did last season, you've got to make the executive decision of going, right, Martin, we've started you away at Manchester United and you've kind of not been good enough. Martin, we've started you at home against Leeds. All right, we managed to win that game, but you were anonymous again. Now we've played you away at Anfield in game 3 and you're stinking the place out. We've got Nottingham Forest left, and I'm sorry, you're out, mate. You're absolutely out. He's got to be brave enough, bold enough, big enough, and prove why he's paid £15 million a season and get that young lad on there. And do you know what? If Ethan Nwaneri produces, don't just go, oh, well, you know, he was good there, but Odegaard looked good in training, so bring him back in. If he's doing the business, and this applies for all of the 11 players, by the way, if they are doing the business, I couldn't give a toss. And if Madueke's starting the next season on fire, so good, he keeps Bukayo Saka, I could not give a toss. If someone's absolutely taking the fucking, you know what I mean, the piss and smashing it, cool. That's called a squad. I've got no allegiance or love for Saka. I love him as an Arsenal player, but if someone's doing better than him, tough shit. Do better than them. And that's got to be the same. I just hope with Ethan, the manager is just big enough and ugly enough to be able to make that executive decision. But we've seen over 5.5 years, which people seem to forget, by the way, gents. People seem to forget that we've got over half a decade of reference. They think that, just last season or the last game. They forget that we've got half a decade of evidence. And do you know what I mean? Just seeing that this manager don't do it, and it's frustrating itself. With Ethan, I just think he's got to just let him go out there and let him fucking explode. You know what I mean? Let him go.
I mean, that's what I'm saying. His treatment, obviously, last season, we saw evident how Arteta treated him. Even when, you know, Odegaard was out and everybody was calling for Ethan to come in, and he still wouldn't play him. And it's only when the injury came. And this at this point now, Arteta's done it out of desperation now, because he's running out of players. And it's almost like, you saw Ethan is like, bro, so this is how you're going to treat me, kind of thing. And then what happened when, you know, Odegaard and Saka came back and whatever, he was just thrown on the scrap heap. He was literally thrown on the scrap. He'd rather brought on Sterling before he would bring on Ethan Nwaneri, which is crazy. But this is what this manager will do. So yes, you know, if SA does come in, it will stunt their growth. But the thing for me then, if you've got that kind of quality on the bench, especially like with World Cup years coming up and stuff like that, you know, you've got the under 21s and that, you know, you either say to yourself then, okay, if it's because you're still short, you're gonna have to keep him. But then if you're gonna keep him, use him. But if not, send him out on loan, because that's too much of a talent sitting there doing diddly squat. Yeah. And you know what I mean? You can't just be bringing him on for 3 minutes here. And that's what he did last season. 3 minutes here, 2 minutes there. The way he used this guy was just unreal. You know,
he played 32 games, Norms. That's what the top unit said.
They
don't change it. They don't change it. They just say 32 games. And it sounds crazy. It sounds massive.
I think the biggest worry for me with this manager is Ethan got a new contract. And I think you could see a lot, and it's true what Normski said, how he was treated last season. He just didn't get the game time he should have got. And then he's been given this new contract, and it's as if to say he's sort of playing him kind of in the friendlies, as if to say, oh, look, you know, we've given him a new contract, you know, look what we've done, blah, blah, blah. But it's like false hope. I just don't trust him with Ethan. I really don't trust him with Ethan. And I've said this in many, many streams that, you know, I could have seen him going out on loan. You know what I mean? I could have seen him going out on loan, and he still could go out on loan. You know, if we bring in Eze and people like that, and he just don't see him fitting into his kind of starting 11, he could still end up out on loan. But we'll have to wait and see, because Odegaard can't put in a performance like he did last season.
No.
Especially now we've signed Gyökeres, because Gyökeres will just look, and I've said this before, if that guy don't get the service, he's going to look ordinary.
Yeah.
He's going to look ordinary. Simple as that. You know, he'll drop on the halfway line. He'll go out on the left. He'll start looking to pick the ball up in ridiculous positions. And, you know, you won't see him where you want to see him. So we have to get that creativity in the team. And if it means playing Ethan and Odegaard, then so be it. And I'm with you with Madueke. If Madueke wants to come in and ball out, then the manager's got to be ruthless enough. But this is the manager's problem. And now he's got another problem, because he's got all these squad players all fighting for positions and all wanting game time. He's never had that experience in managing that. He's learning on the job all the time. Every season he's learning on the job. And now he's getting a squad that's big enough. And if Eze comes in, has he got the balls to drop his captain? Has he got the balls to take the captaincy away from the captain if things are not going right? You know? I don't think
Can I just throw something that I saw on a timeline? I don't know whether you agree or not. That's not my thing. It's just what Charlie Watts said, that that the team is becoming bloated. Would you agree?
Too many players.
Shit.
The team, he said, I'll have to find the extract, but he basically said the team is becoming bloated. Now that we brought in Gyökeres, he said that the team is getting bloated, and now we need to start getting rid of players.
No, he's laying the groundwork. If you look at the squads these people are putting up, you know, we're covered in all positions. They'll have, 3 players for this position too. Yeah, but Timber's in 3 of the positions. You know what I mean?
Right.
They, that's what they're doing. But the thing is, we had the smallest squad in the league last season, and we've lost 7 players. We've only got 6 in. What are they talking about? We've only got 6 in. We lost 7 players. We had 2 on loan. We've let 5 go. They'll just talk of we'll probably get rid of Martinelli. I mean, if we get, they're going, the left wing. They're saying the left wing's a problem, right? That's even the top Gooner say the left wing's a problem. But get Eze in for the left wing. I mean, that alone is ridiculous. But if we get him in for the left wing, and then we have Madueke left wing, and don't get rid of anyone, then we have the left wing is bloated, but with 2 players out of position and 2 that are shit. You know what I mean? That's the problem. Up front. What do you mean? Look at Chelsea. They have 5-6 strikers. I don't hear anybody saying anything there. You know, the only problem is that we're far from bloated. You only have to look at the players who and we still have to get rid of players. We still have to sell Jesus, which, by the way, there's rumours that Bertha might be close to get. If he gets that done, and I said this on my stream, if he gets rid of fucking
Miracle Man
Jesus on loan with an obligation to buy, right? If he gets rid of him this summer with a loan, I think there's rumours loan, half the wage paid, and then an obligation to buy, that's more impressive than getting Gyökeres for me. And I mean that. I'm not trying to be funny. That is more impressive. If he does that, because the Gyökeres was, like Kenny says, an open goal. He wanted to come. Nobody else is in for him. Done. You know what I mean? It's great that we got a striker. But if he got rid of him and then there's talk of getting Nelson on an obligation as well, that's crazy fucking work for me, man. That's crazy work. And then,
especially
who's going to do that until he's not fit, is he?
Apparently there is solid rumours like hand of Arsenal and people that you know what I mean? So if he gets that done, you know, that they said if he gets obligation, if it's option to buy, then it doesn't matter to me because they're not going to buy him. Right. So I don't want any option to buy. We're going to loan them. It has to be obligation to buy. That's the word that's important that people don't seem to realize. It has to be obligation to buy. It has to be. But if he does that, that's genius, by the way. But you know, people, is the squad bloated? No, we've lost 7. We've got 6. My whole issue with it is how the hell. And this is what made the 12th man when DJ was on with me blow up. It was all going fine. I said, how the hell can this manager be handed 6 new players and sit there and say that he needs more? How can he be here 6 years and $1 billion down and need 6 new players just to bring the squad up to scratch? Just to bring it up to scratch. And now the top are saying Liverpool have signed a load of players. Okay, but they're signing players that replace the amazing players they have, or that fight with the amazing players they have. We're signing shit to replace the shit that we had. That's also shit. You know what I mean? How can we be so crap last season and sign backups? I don't want to hear backup. I want to hear better than what we have. You know, Liverpool are signing players that improved their squad. You know, and they're selling it the right way. But I am interested to see the wages when they come out. If the rumours are true that Zubimendi's on 75 grand and fucking Gyökeres is on 150 or whatever it is, then Berta he's got the cheese wire back for me, man. If that's the case, he's got the cheese wire back for me. People don't realise that the top Gooners don't want to hear about wages. They don't want to hear about wages. And then they wonder, and then they question Liverpool spending all this money. And you go, Liverpool have played the game, mate. Last summer, when they were looking at the transfer market, they surely had targets. They couldn't get the targets, and they went, you know what, we'll wait. I'm not going to buy someone I don't want. They bought Chiesa, that's it. Arteta wanted a striker, couldn't get a striker, wouldn't take any other striker, and still had to spend the money. No, I'm spending it anyway. Just get me that. Who was that guy that was playing in midfield when we went to look at Zubamendi next to him? Marino, yeah, just get me him. And just throw another defender in there. So we had to spend the money. We didn't play the game. Liverpool played the game, and now they got 500 million spent. And fair play to them. I'm jealous, but fair play to them.
Yeah.
We're hearing it on Diaz, aren't we? Oh, how comes Liverpool can get rid of Diaz? And yet, if Diaz can go for that, why can't Martinelli?
Right.
Two reasons. Yeah. Diaz is not on the same wages as Martinelli.
That's right. Not even close.
And Martinelli's fallen off of a cliff.
Yeah.
Martinelli's wages outweighs Diaz, and he's a worse player.
By 3 to 4 times, DJ.
Exactly.
By 3 to 4 times.
You know,
I think he's on like 40 grand more than Diaz and Gakpo combined.
And I've said this in my show, and I've said it in streams, and I've said it on Dan Potts', and this is why I got it. We have not made any real big improvements to this squad.
No,
we've not made any big.
Gyökeres, that's it. Gyökeres, that's it.
He's not one player,
really.
Other than Gyökeres, other than Gyökeres,
if he proves himself, by the way,
we have not made massive improvements. We've strengthened, but there's a difference between strengthening and making massive improvements that's going to change games and win your premierships and titles and everything else. Yeah, Norgard can come in and do a job, but is he going to win us the Premier League? And me and Normski touched on it last night. We went over our midfield, and our midfield to me is still a worry. Because if you take Declan Rice and Zubamendi out of that midfield, you've got Marino and Norgard as you're starting in that midfield.
Yeah.
Now you tell me, and by the way, Marino is a better goal scorer than Havertz, so I don't know where Havertz is going to fit in next. Yeah. Because for me,
he's muscling out
and that's another thing, Aaron. What people don't realise we're all gassing up Gyökeres, and rightly so, because we've been starved of a striker. So this is it's like Christmas Day come early, and I get that. But what I don't get is that people are losing touch. People are thinking now Gyökeres is in. Oh, that's the only thing we needed. No, it might have been last season, last summer, if we'd have got a striker. But this year, Gyökeres is not the answer to all the problems. You've still got all the injuries. You've still got a manager that can't change games in game management. And you've still got a midfield that's lack in creativity. And you've still got a left winger that's fallen off the end of a cliff, and we've still got to replace a left winger. So this is what I'm trying to say. If Gyökeres gets taken out of this football team, either through injury or suspension, you've got Marino and Havertz. You've still got no backup for Gyökeres. And what I'm trying to say is that we should not be in this position. There's not one Arsenal fan that can put their hand on their heart and say we are definitely going to win the Premier League. There's no one confident that we're going to win the Premier League. And we should not be in that position under all these years under this manager that's spent nearly £1 billion. We should only be adding 1 or 2 players and increasing the talent we've already got from what we bought from previous seasons. We should have 2-3 strikers now at this football club. Absolutely. So if Gyökeres gets injured, no problem, Ivan Toney.
Yeah.
But at the moment, Gyökeres could get injured. Then what? You got Marino.
We're just back to IT solutions. We're back to IT solutions. That's what we are. We're literally back to IT.
We've just come full circle. There's players that have got to get out the door. We're having to spend loads of money to get players in. The players that are coming in are just kind of, they're not kind of people that are going to get you out your seat. They're going to do a job. Yeah. Zubamendi's going to do a job, but he ain't kind of groundbreaking for me.
No, but again, especially considering what we've had out. Do you know what I mean? And do you know what, DJB? You've segued me very, very, very nicely, because people have read the title, and this is where I actually want to get. So you've segued me nicely, DJB, into the next little bit, and I'll come back to you again. So just before I do that, firstly, big up Suge, who is. I think he's drank a couple of Red Bulls this evening, or maybe for him this morning, because he is absolutely on one, being as funny as he always is. Rumor has it, Sean and Kai. Sean has a Kai top. Adam has a child-size Arteta top. Fuck you, Suge, for opening day. Yeah, actually, I've got Patrick Vieira one. And it is a child size, okay? These gentlemen love this club. Yeah, we do, man. And there's a couple of other ones in there. They're scrolling down, taking a bit of sound. We've got load 14 Theo Walcott tops and Pepe tops and all of that. Suge is absolutely on fire, and he's on one today. But big up, Suge. And big also up. As well, don't forget, there's 126 watching. And there's been over 100 watching for a while. Subscribe to all of these guys. The link is pinned. And I've just noticed we've got 58 likes. Come on, man. That is a disgrace here.
Smash them up.
If I have ever seen one chat. Come on, man. We're a world-class chat. But we are operating like Mikel Arteta with these likes, man. What's it going to take 5.5 years to get us to 100, man? Come on. Don't do that, you world-class so-and-so. Come on, man. Don't stinge out on me like that. We're nearly 1 billion in. We should be getting 100 likes.
Aaron, you just got to enjoy the journey, mate. Just enjoy the journey. Don't worry about it.
Just enjoy the journey, innit? Just enjoy the journey, guys. That's what it's all about. Come on, chat. Get that finger on that like button and start smashing the shit out of it. Come on, boys. What we doing? Yeah, obviously, as of course, a big up chat. Like what the title says, we've signed Gyökeres, like what DJB was just saying. We've got Noni Madueke in. Ooh, we've got Zubamendi in, which could be that sort of, if he's looked pretty good on the ball. Nothing like, wow, but he's looked pretty good, I will say. Fair dues to him. Don't know about so much off the ball. He's not looked bad. But is that enough? And DJB, you was going on one there as well, and I just want to let you carry on. And then I'll come down to the boys.
Yeah,
it's not enough, is it?
It's not really. Enough. It's not really. I mean, when you think, and I keep saying it, and I don't like keep going in the past, but it's mismanagement over so many years that has led us to this. This club has spent near on £1 billion, and we've still got weaknesses in all departments. We still haven't got an out-and-out left back.
Yep.
We still haven't got an out-and-out left back, and we've signed us in, and now they're saying Zinchenko is not for sale. Oh, why is that then? That's because you bought Calafiori, who's the next Tomiyasu.
Yep.
Oh, get up us.
Now he's saying Zinchenko's not for sale. Yeah, well, there's a reason why he can't leave the club, because he's the only cover we've got as left back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So this is what I'm trying to say. Yes, we've got Gyökeres. Yes, be excited that we've got a number 9. But this number 9 should have been bought last season and the season before. Now we're all gassing up. Now we're all gassing up for the mistakes this guy's made over the years he's been in charge. It's been mismanaged. Money's been misspent. And we are still now. Let it sink in, people. Marino and Norgard as our backup engine room for this football club. If Rice gets injured or suspended, you got Norgard, 31 years of age, right? You've then got Marino, whose best position is a striker, because he can't play in midfield. We've seen that. Or spends half the game sitting on the floor, right? So this is where we're at. We still haven't got a left-sided wing. We haven't got a left winger. Well, we have, but he's not good enough. The manager's ruined him. He's got to move on to another club, Martinelli. He needs to be sold for his own career's sake, so someone can then get his mojo back. So we still haven't got a left winger. And if he puts Eze on the left wing, I've spoke to Crystal Palace fans. They've all said, if you put Eze on the left wing, you're going to absolutely kill him.
Yep.
Right? So here we are, guys. We're £1 billion in. We're 5 years in. Yeah. And we still haven't got a squad, in my book, that's good enough to win the Champions League Premiership.
Yeah. And do you know what it is, DJ, as well? There's a great point by Katie there. And I heard today that if they've sold Diaz now, that their net spend even this summer is less than ours.
Liverpool. It's 100 and I think it's something like 100.
They're buying the league. They're buying the league. It's not fair.
Shane, Nolsky, I never even mentioned the wages. I never even mentioned the wages. But this is another thing. So there's money not being spent in the right way. And then what money has been spent, it's all being chewed up with wages. We've got Havertz now. Arsenal fans are saying Havertz should be a squad player.
Yeah, 280 grand a week.
£65 million, 280 grand a week, and you're happy for him to be a squad player. Your manager
after
bought
stinking the place out for 2 years as well, DJB. After
Your
being
manager
shit
bought him
for 2 years. Yeah.
Madueke bought for 52 million. Yeah, but look, he's a backup for Saka. If you think 52 million pound on a player who's going to be backup for Saka, you're deluded. He's playing left wing. Get used to it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Oh, 100%.
People don't see this. They just think that Gyökeres has come in and everything's healed. Everything's healed.
Guys, all we've heard, yeah, since getting these players in this summer is it's good business. It's good business. Over the 5-6 years under Edu and Mikel Arteta and the Cronkies, it's been bad business.
Yeah.
750 million pounds in to go to £1 billion. It's been bad business because we're still, even it came out of Arteta's mouth, we're still short.
Yep.
We're not saying it, he's saying it.
How
are we still short?
With no shame,
Right.
Normski. He's saying it with no shame. That's what gets to me, man. How
And
would you let this happen?
Shane, the reason why he's saying it with no shame, because he knows it's another excuse. Because you've got to remember, there's going to be 8 other teams challenging us as well. So don't forget that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so there's that excuse. 8 other teams.
Thank God Liverpool are finishing 4th, though. You know what I mean? So we don't have to worry about them.
Oh, God. Yeah, thank you for that. You know what I mean?
We're not far away from that, by the way, boys. Chat, we're not far away from it. I know Shane's itching, isn't he? Yeah,
we'll hold back.
We are all
over.
Don't get me on one.
We're knocking on the door.
Honestly, I keep a nice cool head on my screen. I'm starting to lose it a little bit.
No, it's absolutely. As you say, we have not. Especially in that left back area, we have not addressed that. And you've got California now that's going to be out. Arteta's called it a tweak. Well, when he said tweak last time, he was out for about 2-3 months. Okay, right. Now you're leaving. Bart Simpson's not for sale, right? The biggest liability when it comes to defense. I don't want to even see him there. Yeah. Not only that, one other probably reason why they can't get him off the books because the man is on 150k a week. Yeah. So do you know what I mean? And at the start of this, I mean, obviously we know that Burton needs to get these guys out, but we was hearing that he was linked with this club, he was linked with that club. But the problem is it's his wages. And that's the same thing with a lot of these players. Their wages is what's holding us back because we spend far too much money giving big wages to average players.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So when we talk about good business, no, it's not good business because Arsenal have not done good business. Because when you look at our net spend compared to Liverpool and the fact that Liverpool can go and spend £500 million and they're going to say, oh, Liverpool's buying the league. No, they're just smart. Yeah, they're just smart. And they're getting in players. Yeah, they're adding quality. They're not rebuilding. They're adding quality. And for certain men, well, no, I'm not going to say anymore. I'm tempted to say it. So I'll wait for Aaron to bring that subject back up when it comes to where we think certain teams are going to finish. But yeah.
I just want to get to something here as well. This Sheldon going to chat. This is the argument that it boggles my mind. How are you laughing at Arteta saying we're short, then say we don't have enough on the left? You just answered your own question. We're still short, and we're laughing at him having us short after having 6 years, close to $1 billion. He gets final say in transfers. He gets final say in who comes in, who goes out. He's run players into the ground. He's run players out of the club. He's knocked down the price of them all by just freezing them out. Everything about the squad being small is his fault. And what we are amazed at is how this guy can spend close to $1 billion, have the smallest squad in the league, and still be short in positions after spending all that money. So if you're going to put in a post, and fair play to you, look, I'm not having a go with you, but you answered your question in the same sentence. You answered it in the same sentence, but everything that this guy has total power at Arsenal, and our squad is tiny. It's not good enough in certain positions, and how can it not be when he's just signed so many players. And now we're talking about out the left, we're going to play, we can play Mad Wakey there. That's where he wants to play him, out of position. Oh, and let's get Eze and play him out of position there as well. It's just crazy, crazy work, man. We need a proper manager, full stop.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Oh, no,
I'm not having a pop at you, Sheldon. I'm not having a pop at you. It's just that, this manager has had all this money and all this time. How on earth can we still be short after him getting handed 6 new players? We should be signing, after 6 years of having all that money and building a challenging side or competing side, as people say, every summer should be 2 new players that improve the squad, and that's it. That's all you should be signing is 2 brand new players that improve the squad. And like Liverpool are doing, now they've signed 4, I get that, or 5 even now will end up being. But that sort of thing of signing 1 or 2 big players that come in, you shouldn't need 6 new players to plug holes. We're like a ship going down and we're just trying to plug all the holes, and it shouldn't be happening. And he's not being held to account. That's my issue. He never gets pressed on it. And he's certainly not going to AFTV in the fucking press conference.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. Do you know my question would have been?
Ridiculous, isn't it? No, go on. You crack on, D.
I saw AFTV.
You come in, mate.
I saw AFTV get in the press conference, and there's one member of AFTV that I quite like and got a lot of time for, right? And the questions I asked this guy, if I was in there, my question would have been, Mikel Arteta, being at Arsenal Football Club brings on added pressure because you're at a big club. After 5 years and spending near on £1 billion, what pressure do you feel you're under going into next season?
Curtis did kind of ask him that. Curtis did it with close to that.
Do you know what I mean?
Curtis did ask him about pressure now. I'll give him credit for that. Curtis did say, are you under pressure to win next season? And he just went off on a tangent.
He just went off on it. Yeah, it's just started waffling. Literally, started waffling. Yeah.
But he doesn't get pushed. It's shocking, man. It's shocking how he doesn't get pushed. Nobody asked him about the Timber interview or anything. Give me a fucking break.
No Timber interview. Yeah. No injuries. No one asked him about injuries. And
he came out on Calafiori. Did you see that? One of his first press conferences when he mentioned about Calafiori.
Yeah, it's all the Italians' fault.
Before the injury. It was before the injury, this recent injury. And he said, and he said it twice in one sentence just to lay it down. Oh, well, we don't want to lose him. He didn't get a chance last season. He got injured on international duty with Italy. So he laid it down twice just to let people know in case they didn't know he plays for Italy. What about this new injury now? What about the new one? What about all the other ones? What about signing a player that's in his early 20s that was already out for 540 days combined at his other club and then getting shocked when he gets injured? Crazy work.
He's never going to get over that, is he? He's never going to get over that injury, Calafiori. He's fucked.
He's not. Because, guys, surely at the end of the day, if you're going to go and buy anything, you're going to kind of look at, if you're going to go and buy a car, you're going to look at the history. You're going to look at the service history. You're going to go, you know what? This had a little bit too much services, and I always had a failure there. And but you're going to say, no, thank you very much. So I'll go and look at another model. I'll look at something that's going to be more reliable. Yeah. Why have you gone and bought an injury-prone player? This guy now would have missed if this would probably be his 7th injury with Arsenal. Right? We're not even into the season yet, and as we said, we've talked about it that. You've got a number of players that come back from serious injuries. So when the season starts and when it gets to that moment, like say Christmas or even before Christmas, where the games are going to come thick and fast, loads of games, you're going to see loads of people dropping like flies. We're just in the pre-season and Calafiori is going off with a niggle.
Gabriel,
it's not good.
And he's meant to be our backup left back.
Gabriel's still struggling.
Of course. You know
the thing is, is like with the Calafiori thing, I looked at a Kivior thinking, do you know what? He had a half decent end to the season last year. This right now, this summer will probably be his highest value at Arsenal Football Club.
Yeah,
because from this point, assuming say Gabriel comes back fit and he's playing, and he doesn't get games until injury. He'll just destroy him like Arteta does with a lot of players. Just destroys their value by not playing them. Completely freezes them out and destroys their value. I was sitting there thinking, do you know what? Yeah, this is a really good opportunity to pounce on the Kivior sort of sale because his stock's probably not high, but basically the point I made earlier, his stock won't be higher at Arsenal from this point, I don't believe. So I'm thinking, right, well, it's all right. You got the Calafioris in there, which I sort of originally thought he was in to do. Play left back, cover at left-sided centre-back. But as we're all saying, what's the point? So it's almost like as well, not only now there's Calafiori, he's came in massively injury prone. He's on 130k a week, by the way. He's also now hindering us selling someone else. Because, do you know what I mean? You just sit there and think, well, why would you sell Kivior if you haven't got Calafiori there as a backup? Then again, we're short at left-sided centre-back. Yeah. So we've almost got this Mosquera to come in there or whatever. Now we're short on the other side. So it's just non-stop. But it's just so ridiculous to me that we bought Calafiori in there at 130k a week, and we're just stuck with Kivior now by default because Calafiori's never fucking fit. It's just... And basically the point that Shane's mentioned, we've all mentioned over the course, I've mentioned it loads of times, it's because of the wages and the structure and the player ID. Like Shane just, was it you or Normsky that just said it? You know, he's come in and he's spent out at ACL at Basel, spent a year out, a young lad. And we've gone, I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll pay nearly 40 million quid for you and put you on 130k a week. Oh, you've had an injury hampered season. If you used to put him on the market now, you'd barely get 20 million for him. Barely 20 million.
Yeah,
and
they're not silly. They're going to look. They're going to see that this guy, you know, they're not silly. They're going to look at his injury record and go, now.
Yeah.
So it would be difficult for us to get him off our books anyway.
Yeah.
Because
of one,
just money. Money because of money.
Pay the money.
But not only that, because of his injury thingy. I mean, it might be a situation where what Berta had to do with Tommy Ashley, where they had to simply agree and come to a mutual agreement to say, look, yo, this can't be. This ain't working. Do you know what I mean? This ain't working, and we're just going to just part our ways. But then that's another load of money down the drain. Do you know what I mean? We can't sell the guy and that's what we've done. Look at the amount of players that we've just given away for free. That's why we just don't do the business, man. We don't do. We're not very good when it comes to selling. Absolutely not good at all.
Oh, it's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. But it's everyone like, oh, well, you know, maybe we'll just get someone in to sell the other. It's. I actually almost don't think it's the person who's in charge of selling. It's the person who's in charge of buying whose fault for the reason that we're selling so poorly. Look, and for the exact same reasons as I thought, times probably about 20 bloody players, we've signing these geezers that are coming in. We're overpaying for them in transfer fees, and we're massively overpaying them in wages.
Wages, yeah.
So if they're not doing the business, look at Calafiori, like we was just saying. That's only one of many examples. You're coming in on 130k a week. Your stock is now going down, and you're massively injury prone. So you know, we bought him off the back of a supposedly really good performance for Italy. Well, now his stock ain't as high, so he's already lost value in terms of value. Now he's also got high wages. That's why he's worth 20 odd million now, which I reckon you'd struggle probably to get him. Maybe you get 25 to the right buyer, but that's already representing a 15 million pound loss. Do you know what I mean? And I wouldn't be too surprised, Norms, if what you just said, my friend, it actually comes into fruition. If in 2 years' time, and he's having the same season as he did have last season for another 2 years, guess what's going to happen? We're just going to be sat here all thinking, do you know what? We just need to just do this with his contract. I mean, unless... Go on.
But not only that, because Arteta likes to have players that can play in different positions, So rather than say, go and get a specialist left back or go and get a specialist right back or go and get a specialist PM or whatever, you know, he's saying, right, well, we know that player can go and cover 3 places. Like, so the Mosquera guy that's coming, we've been told that he can play at left-sided centre-back, he can play as a right centre left back, and he can play as a left back. So what happens when he goes out? That's 3 positions. Yeah, exactly. That's 3 positions just gone like that. Bang. Go and buy 2 quality players for each position, and then you have your utility players dotted around in there. But we don't do that, and and under Arteta, we've seen that he does that a lot. He brings in utility players or players that can play in different positions, but won't bring in a proper bona fide left back, a proper bona fide right back, because at the end of the day, Ben White is a centre back. Yeah. So is Timber. Believe it or not, for Ajax, he was a centre back. Right? So you know what I mean? This is what we're dealing with. You know what I mean? Talent ID. Listen, Timber's a great player and fantastic. And a lot of the times, a lot of Arteta's when he picks these players, he accidentally comes across them and then it seems to just work. It just seems.
But he wanted Timber as a left back. Don't you? Let's remember that he wanted.
Exactly. That's what I'm sort of saying. When he first played, he was at left back. I forgot about.
But he really sees him as a central defensive midfielder. You wouldn't put it past him, would you? Yeah.
Oh, mate.
Madness.
Zubamendi's our cover right back.
Yeah. Oh, mate. We'll see him there. We'll see him there. Yeah.
I'll tell you what you will
See him
see,
there.
and I'll tell you what you will see in certain games. You will see Gyökeres playing on the left and Havertz down the middle.
Oh yeah.
There will be games, yeah. There will be
I
games.
guarantee it.
He's laid the groundwork for rotating them in and out, because Cecil asked him about what do you look for for your starting number 9. Instead of just having the balls to say, "Will Gyökeres be your starting number 9?" He had to word the question to give.
Word it.
Give Arteta an out. Oh, guys, in the context, guys, and different oppositions, guys, and the different systems, guys. Give me a break. You're going to rotate him in and out. He won't start that. All the grown men are going to be outside Old Trafford doing this on the first day of the season, and then it will announce that he's on the bench, that Gyökeres is on the bench, at 29 start, and then you go, they'll get asked before the game, why isn't Gyökeres starting? Oh, he didn't get a full preseason, guys. He needs time to adjust to our system, guys. All of this shit, and he'll pray that 29 somehow has a good game and bangs in a couple, and then he can keep him out of the team. There'll come a point where he'll have to play him. He's going to have to play him. But if Gyökeres starts the first game of the season, I'd be stunned. If he starts at up front, the only way I see him starting is out the left.
But Shane, listen, all these top gooners have been calling. We wanted Gyökeres from time. We didn't want Sesko once. Now that battle has been won by Berta and whatever, and Arteta's lost that battle because he really wanted Sesko. Now that he's in the side, now he's coming to the club. Everybody's saying he has to hit the ground running. So if Arteta, which he's going to do, starts Kai Havertz in the first game of the season, let's hear what these top gooners got to say. Because remember, he's got to start. He's our main man. He's let's see what happens. But listen, when it comes to Arteta, the protagonist, it's all about me. I'd say so, and I do it when I want to. Yeah, nobody tells me how to run the show. I'll do it my way. Yeah, that's what it is.
It's going to be interesting because it was all geared up for Sesko. Everything was geared up for Sesko. The way he plays, the way Sesko fits his system, the way he can rotate with Havertz, the way he can mould Sesko into his way of playing. When the Sesko deal failed, and now we got Gyökeres, it's going to be really interesting to see how he handles this sort of player, because he's got attitude, he's got a bit about him. He's a throwback of a centre forward, if you like. He's kind of Haaland / Shearer kind of centre forward. It's just going to be really interesting how he fits him into his style of play, and if he's got to change the way he plays to fit him in, and it's whether he's got the mentality to do that. It's just going to be interesting. I can't wait for the season to start, because I'm going to be really interested to see how this guy plays. Any other team, he'd be the first name on the team sheet. It'd be Gyökeres in, along with the goalkeeper, your centre half, Declan Rice, Saka, and then you build the team around him, and that's it. But with this guy, you just don't know what's going to happen. You just don't know what's going to happen.
And the thing is, DJ, I don't know that Aaron wants to move on, but with Gyökeres, you do get the feeling that he is the type of striker that needs to play every game. He needs to be on the run. He needs to keep scoring and keep playing and keep playing and keep playing. So if he's in and he's batting and he scores a couple of goals, and then, guys, I need Kai for this game, guys, and you're on the bench, he won't fucking like that.
No.
Ian Wright was the same. Ian Wright was, I have to play every week, man. I don't do this rotation.
Yeah, there'd be confrontations between him and your. Watch this space.
You and me said it, DJ. We said it on the phone that Christmas.
I've been saying this. I've been saying this since Gyökeres was heavily linked with his football club, and when they eventually sign, I've been saying it from day one. There will be a bust up or confrontation, or something will come out in training, or Gyökeres will down to. There'll be something, or Gyökeres will confront him or disagree with the way he plays, or he'll get benched one game, and then all of a sudden it'll be, why ain't Gyökeres playing? Oh, he's not. It'll
be one of those like Ronaldo at United, where he won't sub him on and he'll storm off from the bench, and it'll be sports.
Is he injured? He's not even in the squad. Oh,
Gyökeres.
Oh, Gyökeres hasn't.
And that's what always starts the end of a manager as well. And always something. I've said that for time, that Arteta will look quite safe, and we'll be thinking, come Christmas, we're doing shit. What's happening here? And like that, one thing will come out, and then over the next 2 days, it'll just accelerate on Sky Sports. Arteta's not happy, Bert is not happy, bang, 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 and it will go. And another thing that could happen is if someone like a Simeone became available around Christmas. We said this on the phone, DJ, that say Atletico sacked them, and we're doing shit, that Berta will go to the board and go, if you want to get this guy, it's now or never. We have to get rid of it. We need to move. We need to move.
Well, he's going to have that. Berta's going to have that with the owners. He will say, if we don't strike now while this manager is floating around, we're going to lose him. Yeah, because this is what they're all got to realise. He's not just there for the players. He's there to go back to the owners, and he's got no ties with the football club. He's got none whatsoever. There's no skin off of his nose if he goes to the owners and says this, and this. But the thing is now, he's had everything he wants. Arteta has had everything he wants. This season, he's got his striker. He's got Zubimendi. He's got Madueke. He's got everything he wants in place. There is no hiding place for this manager now this season. None whatsoever. Yeah. Absolutely.
You know what? As well, I can sync all the points that you've been making together in one little bit, and I'll say it now. I actually think Mikel Arteta will be his worst enemy at the beginning of the season, and by that I mean when Shane was sort of mentioning about the Gyökeres and whether he's going to start. And I actually tend to agree with you. I think he's going to play Havertz for some strange reason. I think we also got that. And obviously, then if it doesn't work out with him, are they going to move quick enough? Listen, I think because the Premier League, and it's getting closer, by the way, the start of it, but because it's not quite there yet, I think people are also forgetting, and not this world-class chat and not us on the panel, but we're sort of forgetting that this is a massive game, this Manchester United game. Huge. And this manager cannot afford to be pissing around with squads because he hasn't got the time for it, I don't think. He can't be affording to piss around with signing a Victor Gyökeres and playing Havertz instead of him because, and this sounds a little bit cliche, but I've said this before and you'll understand when I land. If Arsenal Football Club start badly against Manchester United and say we get a draw or we get a loss at Old Trafford, all of a sudden, that Leeds game's a little bit tricky. Now, let's just say, for argument's sake, we scrape over the line against Leeds, but we lose or draw against Manchester United. We're not taking a lot of confidence into a Liverpool fixture. No. And then if Liverpool win that fixture at Anfield, by the way, match day 3, Liverpool could find themselves 5 or 6 points ahead of Arsenal after 3 games. Very, very, very easily. Very, very easily.
That's more pressure.
And things don't get that much better when you've got Nottingham Forest, Manchester City, and Newcastle to come in the next 3. So my point now starts to become a lot clearer. If you don't start well in this series of opening 6 games, you could be fucking out the league very quickly. And that is a reality. Now, look, there is also a flip side to it. Let's not get that twisted. There is a flip side to that where you nick a little 1-0 win, or maybe you blow Manchester United away. Then that Leeds game becomes then a little bit easier. Then all of a sudden, you're going into Liverpool away on match day 3, going, do you know what? Let's just fucking stink the place out and come away with a draw. And then you're thinking 7 points out of that 3, I'll take it all day long. That's then a completely different season. But what the point that we're sort of making them, what I want to land on is to do that, you've got to play your best players. And if you tell me at Manchester United on match day 1, and that's a massive, probably Arsenal's biggest opening game of the season in my recent memory, if I'm being totally honest with you. Yeah, exactly right. Where it is, who it's against, and considering all of the factor and all the variables in, this is a massive opening game of the season for Arsenal Football Club. I think if like Kai Havertz already done in the FA Cup at Manchester United, albeit at the Emirates, if you're giving me a 1-on-1 or a beat your man or 1-on-1 with a keeper or an opportunity, and you tell me who would you rather have, Victor Gyökeres or Kai Havertz in front of it? If someone says Kai Havertz, then they're absolutely batshit crazy. Like let's just get that right. So even if it's a horrendous game, it's a 0-0, but there's going to be one opportunity to fall to someone at some stage across that 90 minutes, I would, every fucking day of the week and 7 times again on Sunday, choose Victor Gyökeres instead of Havertz for it to fall to. And this is where we can't be having Mikel Arteta falling into that trap. And that's why I said self-sabotaging himself, trying to give it the big I am, and he'll die on that Kai Havertz sword. We cannot afford that. Mikel, don't do it. Just put Gyökeres up front. Unless which he probably won't be, unless he's absolutely stinking the fucking place out and Kai is ripping the shit out of pre-season. But even then, do you know what I mean? Just play Victor Gyökeres.
He's done this before, Aaron, hasn't he?
Yeah.
First own game against Fulham, start of the season. Drops Gabriel, Magalhaes, plays Partey at right back. You can't. What I'm saying is that you just don't know. This is what I'm trying to say. You just don't know. I think Old Trafford is probably like a cup final because that sets the tone for the rest of the season. I think the first 8 games are key.
Yeah.
The first 8 games are our biggest 8 games of the season. Our season could end up just a cup team after the first 8 games.
Yeah.
Simple as that. We could turn into just a cup team. That's it. Mid-table cup team chasing top 4 after 8 games. So these players have got to hit the ground running. And I don't think people realise the pressure Gyökeres is under. He is under so much pressure to deliver. All this, like, the Singapore thing, getting him on the pitch, introducing him, fans doing videos and going bonkers. And by the way, me and Kenny refused to do the celebration.
Yeah, I won't do it either, man. I'm grown, man.
Not yet. I probably won't do it either. But anyway, at the end of the day, this guy is under so much pressure. And, I'm feeling a little bit sorry for him, to be honest, because he's come from the Portuguese league. He's played in the Championship. He hasn't really played any Premiership football, really, of any kind. May have had a little bit at Brighton. But apart from that, he hasn't really. So, I mean, I don't know. You can't. You got to keep your feet on the ground. You just got to. And like any striker, even the great Henry, he hit the ground running when he first come.
Can I fire a quick thing around the panel? Yeah. So let's just say, for argument's sake, this is our transfer window. Do you know what? I don't know whether to add. Let me add Eze in because I think we will sign someone else, and I do think. Let me add Eze in. Let's just assume right from this point we get Eze in. That's our transfer window done. I'll come round to Norms. I'll go to Shane and then to DJB. Where do you think Arsenal would finish? Just with that, it doesn't have to be just where do you reckon Arsenal will finish with that window?
I reckon we'll finish 4th.
Who do you reckon I'll finish first?
Liverpool.
Liverpool, your favourite?
Yeah.
Shane, first 2 questions. Where do you think Arsenal will finish with that window that I just suggested?
Well, I planted my flag saying that we'll get 5th or struggle to get 4th. With Newcastle now losing Isak, it kind of opens it again. But I think Villa will be up in there thereabouts. I think Chelsea will be ahead of us. I think Liverpool will be ahead of us. I think City will be ahead of us. And I have a flip of a coin between Liverpool and City. I think Liverpool have the better team, the best team. They have a great manager. But retaining the league brings massive pressure. And in fact, I think Mourinho, Ferguson, Pep, the only managers to do it. There might be the only 3 managers that have done it. Yeah, in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I mean, that's craziness. And we're talking about 3
isn't it, really, when you think about
legends. We're talking about 3 absolute legends that have done that, right? And Mourinho only did it once, by the way. But, so if we have, I think that brings us pressure. I think there's the defence at Liverpool, unless they sign someone, they cut a couple of injuries and they're ravaged in defence. But I don't think it'll bother them that much. And then with City, Pep doesn't go 2 years. He is going to be hurting after last season. I saw him in that FA Cup final and I thought, he's done. I looked at his face and thought, he's done. He's finished. And then a week later, I saw an interview with him and said, oh, no, he's back. You know what I mean? He is going to be sitting at home aching at what happened last season and he will come back. The 2 of them are going to come out of the traps. Absolutely out of the traps. Yeah. I've said it. I can see 8 games in, both of them having maximum points. I can see both of them having maximum points after 8 games. And we'll be well off the pace. I have us down to draw with United first game. I think it's going to be 1-1, horrible game. Then I think the Leeds game is rotten. I think we'll scrape a 1-0 win. And then going to Liverpool, if they've won their first 2 games and they beat us, they're 5 points clear after 3 games, man. and we'll have bad form. But where you said it's a flip of a coin between Liverpool and City.
Come on, I'm going to press you. I'm going to press you. Got digital guns to your head, Shane.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
I definitely don't have Liverpool fourth, but I think it'll be between the two of them, and I have us struggling to get fourth. And I just want to caveat this before I pass it on. When everybody's going nuts at me on the 12th man, everybody's this fucking idiot, this Irish guy. Oh, he just needs to slit his wrists, and he'd be fun at parties and all that. I laugh at that, by the way. And I actually am fun at parties, ironically enough. But the thing is that my whole thing that we'll struggle to get fourth, as in I think we'll finish fifth, is if Arteta is still in charge at the end of the season. If he's gone by Christmas, we're back to getting fourth again. But that's just so people, if they're going to clip me up, this only stands finishing outside the top four if Mikel Arteta is still manager at the end of the season.
I can see us bouncing between fourth and fifth, probably scraping top four. And I've said this, it'll be out of Liverpool, Man City, and I think Chelsea will come good. Because everyone gasses us up how we do against the top six, but that's
gone early next season.
Teams.
Yeah, and that's gone early next season, DJ.
We're
when that
poor
goes
against the other teams. We don't really do well at Craven Cottage. We don't do well at home against West Ham. We struggle to beat the likes of Brentford. So as much as we do okay against the top six, and if we have a bad start, it's I just can't see us, because we struggled last season. People forget the football we played last season was absolutely horrific.
Yeah,
we had moments. We had moments. We had odd moments. Real Madrid, Man City, Palace in the cups, them sort of games. But other than that, we were awful. And have we made enough of the right signings to turn that last season into something brilliant? Because that's what it's got to be. It's got to be a complete 360 turn around. You've got to go from the football we've been playing last season to something magnificent.
Yeah.
And have we done enough? And I don't think we have. Zubimendi is like for like. The only player that is going to give us half the chance of turning our season completely round 360 is Gyökeres. But he ain't going to be able to do it on his own. And this is the problem I've got. Last season, there was too many bad performances from certain players. There was too many bad performances as a team. There was too many bad performances in game management from Arteta and tactics and everything else. And I just don't think we've done enough to turn that around completely. That's why I said it's going to be very similar to last season. The only difference is you've got a striker that's going to pop in a few goals and you're going to see a few more goals. But it's not going to be that drastic that we're going to go on and win leagues and finish runners up. I can't see us finishing runners up again. No way. So I'm going to say we're going to bounce between fifth and fourth. We'll probably get fourth. And I think that at best you're looking at a Carabao Cup or an FA Cup. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's
so who's finishing first? D?
Liverpool.
Yeah.
Liverpool. So, if they get Isak, it's game over.
Yeah.
Not 40?
Aye.
Do you not have them fourth? No.
No. Liverpool ain't finishing fourth. No.
You sure?
Yeah. Well,
it's funny.
Even though Salah's 45 and Van Dijk's 50. And
they went off overnight like a fucking peach in a fruit bowl.
You passed it in your 30s, you lose all that talent when you get to 30 odd years of age.
Apparently, as soon as you sign a new contract.
Because the modern day footballer in their 30s, they don't get looked after.
Unless you're Norgard, then it's okay.
If you're Norgard at 31, that's fine. You ain't past it. But if you're Van Dijk at 34, you've had it. You're dead.
I mean, wow.
Because he's had a grade 3 hamstring as well, Van Dijk, remember?
Oh,
Not like Gabriel at 27, 28.
Or like Havertz or like Saka. Yeah, no, it's different. The Arsenal grade 3 hamstrings apparently grow back stronger. Aaron was told in the chat once.
Yeah.
That a grade 3 hamstring
Yeah.
grows back stronger. So we're all right. Like, with our grade 3
They grow
hamstrings
back
grow back
stronger.
stronger. They grow back
They come
stronger.
back completely different.
Oh, these
Fucking
fucking
madness.
mutants,
When
man.
I'm saying, I can't believe what did I hear it? Read it? Was I told? Yeah, they grow back stronger. I just thought, oh my god. I thought, wow, you
Like
are
the
the
fucking-
worst fan
There's
I've
a reason
ever
we
heard,
have
man.
you.
That
There's
is
a
some
reason
$6
we
million
mad
man.
Yeah. Mad take.
I think
If that was the case, you'd be like smashing your body to bits as a kid to be a superhuman as a fucking an adult, wouldn't you? You'd just be trying to break your legs so it grows back stronger,
Yeah,
wouldn't
cut the
you?
limbs off, fucking jumping off fucking buildings and stuff. Yeah, I'm gonna come back stronger. Right?
Grow back stronger. Obviously, wouldn't it? Do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's sort of funny. Yeah, you know, I'm sort of in the boat like a very, very, very well-known top gooner. So I think Arsenal are going to finish first, and Liverpool are going to finish fourth. Christian. Christian. Of course, I don't think that, but someone does. Let's have a little listen. And this is a frustrating thing. We couldn't really 100% find it, but he says it at the start, chat. So I just so you all were ready to listen to it. He says it within the first couple of seconds, yeah. So I just want you all world-class chat. By the way, there's a poll in the chat as well. Where do you think we're going to finish?
Aaron, before you play it,
go mate.
These are the sort of people why a lot of fans don't respect Arsenal fans.
Yeah.
Why we're the most hated football team in the planet. Because you've got fans like this completely disrespecting other teams.
Yeah. And do you know what it is, DJ? Do you know what it is? Well, this is the same guy that less than a week ago smug laughed like, oh my God, this guy's an idiot, when I suggested that we would struggle to get forward. Now, I've said this earlier. If you put a roulette table and you spun it and it was red or black, instead it was Arsenal finishing fifth or Liverpool finishing fourth, and you had to bet on one of them, everybody would bet on Arsenal finishing fifth ahead of Liverpool finishing fourth. There's much more chance of Arsenal finishing fifth than Liverpool finishing fourth. And like you said, these guys out here are the exact ones that say that Arteta took us from the banter era, right? Well, all of you have thrown us right back into it, man. Right back into it. We get laughed at because of these. And the new thing that they have now, that D and stuff was saying to me, this is their new thing, and I've had it off a few people. If opposition fans are agreeing with me, that means I'm wrong, because opposition fans want us to do bad. No. I have a lot of people in my chat, same as Aaron, same as you, same as Normski. Our chat can be quite split between 50% Arsenal fans and 50% a mix of other fans. And you get other fans saying, oh, it's nice to hear an Arsenal fan who doesn't talk shit. Yeah. That's what I get quite often. It's nice to hear an Arsenal fan that doesn't talk bollocks, right? So opposition fans like us because we're real. We compliment other teams when they're good. We say when they're bad. We say when our team is good, and we say when they're bad. I was on my chat today, and I know Aaron wants to get into this, talking about World Cup 90 and stuff like that, and talking about Arsenal back in the day. Beaming, absolutely beaming. You know what I mean? So I only get miserable when I talk about this manager and when I talk about what he's done to my club. These guys don't care. They think second's good enough. They've lowered the standards right into the gutter. So that's why when you have Pink Eye and stuff saying, it's all about dopamine for me, I look forward to going to games, I'm happy, happiness is life, and Arsenal is life. Yeah, you're happy going to games because you have settled for this. So they are reaching your objectives. Our club is reaching your objectives. They're a banter club, a journey club. They're not reaching my objectives. Oh, you can't win the league every year. No, but if we spent £1 billion over the last 6 years, I want to win of at least one league, at least one of them. Throw in a couple of cups as well while you're at it.
100%.
You know what I mean? That's what I want.
£1 billion. I was expecting the Champions League by now.
Yeah, facts. William was told.
Yeah. Oh well, that's what he was told after 3 seasons. When he told something like, and I will get back into this bit, but when he told something like, we'll get there, we'll get to the final, and then we'll win it or something like that, and within the 3 years, wasn't it? It was something like that. We'll qualify, we'll compete, and then we'll win it. I think within 3 years. And
William took a huge pay cut
2 years ago
to get away from this guy.
I remember when this guy's come out with Liverpool finish fourth, they've signed Florian Wirtz, that, by the way, would walk into our Arsenal football team.
Walk into most
They've
teams.
also signed STK that would probably make our Arsenal team above Havertz and Marino.
Frimpong
would probably, all right. Yeah. They've probably got McAllister, who's probably one of the best midfielders in European football.
One of the most complete.
That would walk into our team. And one of the questions I said on Dan
yeah.
Potsy's, and big up Potsy, one of the questions that I said on Potsy's channel the other day, is there any Liverpool players that you would swap for Arsenal players? Because most of those Liverpool players would walk into our Arsenal team. Most of our Arsenal players wouldn't walk into that Liverpool team.
I can't think of many that would get into it at all.
Yeah. I think for the midfield, maybe Rice would have a thing, but I don't think they'd be too disappointed to keep Gravenberch based on his last season.
Rice
wouldn't get in there. Rice wouldn't get in there.
You don't think he would? I think,
No. He's probably better than Gravenberch all round, but Gravenberch was one of the best defensive midfielders in the league this season.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
That's why I caveat my point.
But if he wouldn't get in, McAllister's better than him, and Wirtz, well, we'll see how he does. But from what I've seen, Wirtz is better.
Yeah,
Wirtz is definitely better.
I don't know.
So, I don't know. Timber would get in their team. I think Saliba would be, or because Van Dijk plays on the left, that Saliba would get in ahead of him. That's it. That's it for me. They're the only players that we get now.
There's a couple of mares, but that's not good enough. Like if you ask the Liverpool fans,
Saka's not getting ahead of Salah.
Yeah. Maybe at the minute, Gyökeres would get in. Maybe Ekitike at the minute.
Also, Aaron.
We're saying in a week when they have Isak, though.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I said that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Aaron, these are the same fans that said the reason why Liverpool won the league is because he inherited a world-class team.
Rice ain't getting in the team.
And when you watch the video, in the next breath, suddenly the players are past it. But he inherited a world-class team.
But this guy Patrick has 5 Arsenal players in the Liverpool team, and they absolutely how can the 5 Arsenal players get in the team that absolutely schooled us last season? This is the problem with this fan base. Saka, he's not getting in ahead of Salah. Sorry, he's not. Rice isn't getting into that midfield. Saliba will get in. I give him that. Gabriel's getting in it. So Saliba and Gabriel, so Van Dijk's out. This is what we're dealing with these fans, man. You know what I mean? Give me a break. Give me a break.
It's ridiculous. So the thing is with these fans, like us, there's just no reasoning, is there? Do you know what I mean? Like they'll just say things like that and go, no, that's that. And I think
Timber fine.
On our side of the fence,
it's
on our side of the fence. You can have a bit of a back and forward or a bit of reality. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not just going, but Saliba because Saliba's excellent. They're not thinking about how good Van Dijk is. Do you know what I mean? They're not going, Declan Rice will get him, but like I said, they're not thinking how good Gravenberch is. Do you know what I mean? They're just so narrow-minded, so tunnel-viewed, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? They're just like, our players are really good, and then just forgetting about that.
Rice was poor for a lot of last season.
The bottom line is, Aaron, Liverpool players have all won big trophies.
Yeah.
Our players
have been there, done that. That's it.
The managers won the World Cup.
Yeah.
We
had a potential World Cup winner, but we let him go to Villa.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Yeah, for pence. Isn't it? For a couple of fucking pence. Ridiculous. Do you know what as well, just quickly before I play this video? Firstly, big up to the world-class chat. Come on, man. What you were saying about all different, and that's different fans in the chats. And do you know what? That's what I actually really like about, all of our chats are very sort of similar in terms of variety and things like that. I get quite a lot of Liverpool fans in my chat.
Yeah, loads.
And they're actually the good Liverpool fans, isn't it?
Yeah,
do you know what I mean? I like it. I always scroll down and I'm always seeing quite a few Liverpool fans in here. Man, big up to you lot.
Mention it. Sorry, Aaron, but you've heard me mention it that over here, Liverpool are like, you hated Liverpool. I hate them. You know what I mean? They're my big rivals because I grew up in school with them. But because since I started doing this channel, I've got loads of real Liverpool fans in my chat. Yeah. And they've softened me to them. They've softened me to them. I used to hate them.
I've always said it. If I wasn't an Arsenal fan, I know exactly where all the other fan base is coming from. The West Ham fans, the Spurs fans and all of that, because our fan base is probably the most delusional
and in the world, DJ. In the
biggest wind-up fans ever.
Yeah, we're just not
like country mile.
All I can turn around and say, guys that are in the chat that are different fans, we are not all like it, okay?
Yeah, what's funny, DJ?
That's why they're here, though.
Say that the other day. Me and Hughes had to give that disclaimer during the stream the other day. We had to go, by the way, we have to apologise. We're not all like this. We were watching
the all like
video, and the Pincus videos are going, look, and we had to keep saying it, by the way. We do apologise. Why are we having to apologise for these guys?
Yeah. It's because we wear the same club badge, and just unfortunately by association, we get
we're painted. We're painted.
Yeah,
we're painted with the same brush. We're
painted with the same demented brush. Come on, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's absolutely madness. But you know what? I've been waiting to have a little play of this. I think that chat's been waiting for this. Let's have a little play of Christian, the toppest of top gooners. Honestly, he's everywhere. He's on Sky Sports. I think I've seen him. He's been on loads of big shows and all that because he's got such good takes, such world-class takes. Liverpool finishing fourth being one of them, apparently. Let's have a little listen to it from the mouth. What are we doing here? Ready, ladies and gents?
Try not to laugh. Try not to laugh.
Try not to laugh. And he says it straight away. And do you know what? I'll go back a couple of times for you because he says it straight away. You ready? Let's go.
I've got Liverpool. Wow. Finishing fourth.
Yep, that's right. You heard that right. Let's go back again.
Wow. Finishing fourth.
Yes, that's right. You heard that right.
Wow. Finishing fourth.
One more time for luck.
Look at his face now. Wow. He knows what he's doing. Look at the smug look on his face.
Yeah.
This is the guy that accused me of just saying it for the sake of it, saying that Arsenal finished fifth. He said they're acting like I was doing it for clicks. Anybody that knows me in this chat knows that I don't do this for fucking money or whatever. That's all an added bonus. And big up to everybody that's members and stuff like that. I really do adore it. I never saw that coming. But I just speak my mind. This guy is clearly doing this for traction. There's no other reason to say this.
No, yeah. and how he backs it up is even worse for me. The reason why he thinks they'll finish fourth.
Yeah,
listen to this.
Crazy.
Let's have another play. The Sutcliffe, as Shane calls him, the YouTube Ripper.
Wow, finishing fourth.
Arsenal fan, by the way, bit of context. Liverpool to finish fourth. Lock in, guys.
I question Salah signing a new contract at his age, 33 years old.
What are we doing here?
Look at the Liverpool fan giving the facts here. Look at the Liverpool fan giving the facts.
Yeah, let's carry on playing. I was going to pause and get your opinions on it. Let's carry on playing it for a little bit.
Right.
He did that just 1 year younger than what you're saying. Old, though. Too old.
At his age, 33 years old. Going to be 34 next season.
That is how age generally works. We're talking about this season coming, yeah? The season when he's going to be 33, not 34, because that's the season after, but we skipped a year. So
Brilliant.
I was talking about
And by the way, last season was Salah's best season. I was saying this on my stream the other day. Salah went and he realised that he didn't have the pace anymore. And I love this in players. Pele did it in World Cup 1970, when he realised he couldn't be the finisher anymore, dropped into a 10, adjusted his game. Messi did it, dropped into a 10. Ronaldo did it when he couldn't do the wing anymore, adjusted himself as a forward. Salah's done it now. He's more assists. I used to give out about Salah. The only issue I had with him was he was so greedy. He's adjusted his game. I think last season was the most complete Salah we've ever seen, by the way. The most complete Salah we've ever seen. So he's only going to be better next season. The reason of this
47 GA, ridiculous.
Yeah. And people seem to think now, after only 3 months after finishing the season, that he's going to get that 40 GA. He's going to go down to 15.
Legs are gone. They did it with Party. Second, the day he left, legs are gone.
Yeah.
Jorginho, legs are gone.
By the way, this is the same fan that if we'd have signed Salah for any reason at all on loan or something like that, he'd have been gassed up. They'd all been doing the Salah celebrations. They'd have been doing what they've done to Gokeridge.
Yeah. 100%.
You mentioned it, not me.
Can he still perform the way he did last year? Is he going to be as good? I don't think he will be.
Right. I've heard that before, weirdly. If I had a pound for every time a rival fans predicted Salah to drop off the season after, I'd be a millionaire. I certainly won't be arguing with you on TikTok as where I would be. We're showing no indication of slowing down. If anything, he's getting better.
Look at his GA in the background, by the way.
Oh, my word.
If anyone hasn't noticed that, have a little look at that.
Get this guy on our channels, guys. I want this guy on our channel, this Liverpool fan. Get him on. If you're listening, get him on.
Absolutely talking facts, mate.
Yeah, look at it. Look at the goals and assists that the geezer's got over the space of 8 years?
Yep.
7, 8 years is that? Oh yeah, saying this will be his 9th season. I was looking at that rather than really. But yeah, so over 8 years. Look at the goal contributions that he's got. Still ain't fallen off yet. Of course, at one stage he will. Of course, but I just can't see it being for the next 2 years that Liverpool.
Aaron, they have medical experts there. There's no way that they give him this giant contract without him doing endless fitness tests, without doing endless fucking like Rocky fucking 4 style with the Russian dude, man. I mean, they had him plugged into everything to make sure that they are going to pay. I'm telling you, man, this is the same Sutcliffe guy that just makes stuff up. I was on that stream with him, and he said, oh, players want to come here because of Arteta. Gyökeres wanted to come here because of Arteta. He turned down loads of clubs. No one else was in from number 1. And number 2, he wanted Sesko, right? Oh, Zubamendi turned down a load of clubs, load of big clubs. And I said to him, I said, Madrid didn't come in for him, Christian. I said, if Madrid had come in for him, he would have gone to Madrid. He said, I didn't say Madrid. Get this. Guess what he said? I said Barcelona. There was never even a rumor that Barcelona looked at him. Not even a rumor. They liked the look of him. They came in from him. No, they didn't. You're talking shit. And then he did the one that he does with Declan Rice, where we called him out before. See, he turned down City. No, we outbid City. Right? I said we outbid City, and he went by 5 million. And I said, yeah, that's the terminology of outbidding someone, mate. You know what I mean? You keep going higher till they stop. We outbid him. Oh, just by 5 million. Yes, by 5 million. The stuff that this guy comes out with, anything to protect this manager and anything to mud other teams. And I've said this before, when our fans have to start mudding other teams and trying to bring them down, subconsciously they know that we're not good enough, so they have to try and bring them down to their level. It's like some guy.
That's what it is.
It's like a person you hang around with.
If Liverpool finish above us, which they will, I can't wait to go on Dan Potts' channel next season and say, what happened to your Liverpool finishing fourth then and your great manager with all these weapons? What's the excuse? What's the
excuse? And you know what the beauty of it is? If Arsenal finish above 5th, my team finishes above 5th, so I win. You know what I mean? With my prediction, I still win because it means my team did better than I thought they would.
Exactly.
With him, he's caught out either way.
Oh, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Let's have a look.
He's just smacked 29 goals in the league. Oh, how far do we go with this? At what point is get the walking frame out? We're not pushing him onto the pitch. He's not stood there like Frankie Valli.
He was phenomenal last year, right?
Ben's just there what? I mean, at least that's his only reason for Liverpool dropping off and finishing 4th next season. There's no more, there's a minute left on the video.
Okay, I look at Van Dijk and I think the same thing. Van Dijk. Oh, boys, let me explain, all right?
No, don't. You get older as a footballer, or any sportsman for that matter. You slow down or you get more injury prone, or both. And it's certainly not the latter. Van Dijk he's not picking up injuries. He was available all season last year. The same goes for Salah. These two players are available. So your prediction must be based on them slowing down with age, of which Salah clearly isn't, and also Van Dijk, I can tell you now, isn't. I watch these players every week. I'm not just saying this from a position of bias. This player is not slowing down. If he was, I'd be coming in there saying, we need to bring a replacement in. He's the best centre-half in the league. He was actually our second best player last year, along with, who was first? Oh, yeah, the guy who said slowing down as well. You know something? It's a Thiago Silva. First example that came to me, he played in the Premier League at a very, very high standard, late 30s. It was excellent. If Van Dijk was a centre-half who relied on his pace to get him out of trouble, I'd be agreeing with you. But the reality is he's one of the best, if not the best, at reading the game in the entire world.
That's it.
This guy does not need, what on earth? It's a stupid argument.
When you know about football...
Go on, Dave.
When you know about football, like this kid does, and like a lot of people do, that's his answer. He doesn't rely on pace. He relies on his positioning skills, and he relies on how he reads the game and his experience. What's age got to do with that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's crazy.
It's predictions based on stats he learned from Arteta. Yeah, absolute fucking nonsense,
exactly.
isn't it?
He sounds like Arteta reason.
He does, yeah. Facts. This Liverpool kid's doing a fucking spiffing job of absolutely destroying old Sutcliffe.
It's not hard with the fucking material Sutcliffe's just giving him.
Do you know what I've just realised? Is this a fucking? Can you see my mouse? No, I don't think you can.
I can.
What is this? Is this the Ripper?
Yeah,
up here, a little picture of him. That isn't it, little cartoon Ripper.
That's one of those. It's a Punko Pop and a Ripper.
Is that what it is? Is this what a little pop thing? Oh my god, a little pop Ripper, a little Pipper. What is that all about?
Let's roll with me, I'm honestly.
What? That is narcissism at its absolute finest, isn't it? He's got a cartoon pop picture of himself right above himself. That is ridiculous.
Very much like Arteta with the FA Cup, right?
Yeah. The but not the team. That's what I said to him on the stream. I said the reason you probably like Arteta is because you see a lot of yourself in him. I said that to him on the stream. He did not like it.
Peter Pop Sutcliffe. What are we doing here, man? That's fucking ridiculous.
Old for a footballer in the Premier League.
Granted, Van Dijk just turned 34 in July and Salah turns 34 next June. But I do not need to sit here and list Premier League footballers who have been unbelievable at an old age. At 33, 34, forwards who are banging goals in for fun. Centre-halves certainly have had massive success in the league. It's a stupid argument. It's pointless. And if that's what your prediction of Liverpool coming, not just second, by the way, if this is Liverpool coming second, I get it. But fourth, after just winning the league, after improving in literally every aspect of the team, I get it's a prediction. By the way, I want to address this, right? I get this as a prediction. It has not happened yet. It's not come true. It's not come not true. You can't be wrong. But okay, then I think Burnley win the league. Would you be saying that to me as well? It's a stupid prediction, right? That's a stupid prediction. It's a moronic prediction. If there were some genuine points to back this up.
After just having played the amount of football they played, going deep in every competition.
Like every Arsenal player, by the way.
Final of a Carabao Cup.
Words aren't coming out my mouth. What the hell?
Trent Alexander-Arnold, who I think was the best right back in the Premier League, leaving. Don't get me wrong, Jeremy Frimpong, good player. Yep. Can he do it in the Premier League?
I agree with your point on Trent, but your Frimpong.
Sorry, can you pause that a second?
You're an Arsenal fan.
Yeah,
I mean, I assume.
indeed.
Has he not previously said that Timber's the best right back in the league? I'm nearly sure previously he has said Timber's the best right back in the league.
Yeah.
I mean,
now
I couldn't say for
changes
fact,
the narrative.
but yeah, you
I'm
wouldn't
nearly
put
sure
it past something
I'm
they
nearly
didn't
sure
say.
he has.
See, defensively, I don't think.
Trent was terrible defensively. Let's get it right. What he did on the ball was outrageous, and he's a great player. But I think that Frimpong, to suit a team, could be easily as good as him. He gets goals going forward. No one will ever repeat what Trent does with true balls and with crossfield passes and all that. That chap's a genius. Like, you know what I mean? But defensively, he caused them in a lot of big games. So, I mean, it's such a silly point to make. It's such a fucking silly. And they still have Conor Bradley there as well. Like, that's what I remember. That kid looks the business too.
Yeah, no, facts. Vigilante saying before we carry on the video, still 155 of you in the building. Make sure you smash that like button up. Make sure you give me a cheeky little sub. And if you don't want to do one of them too, make sure you sub to DJB. Make sure you sub to Shane. And make sure you sub to Normski. As for the whole of the stream, they have been pinned in the chat, sorry. So please give them a little cheeky click and give each of them legendary mofos a cheeky subscribe. And big up to you as a world-class chat. Let's carry on with this video. I'll tell you what, let me just take this chat off there. Give me 2 seconds. Big up to you, Vigilante. All right, 1, 2, 3.
You've put Arsenal first in this. Weirdly, I've not taken the hour and a half out of my day to listen to your full podcast. Let's say you've got Arsenal finishing first. I would not be shocked, if not second. Jesus, worst case. But you've just signed Gyökeres and Zubamendi and their new players to the league, but we can judge them enough to put us first anyway. But Frimpong, he's not done it before, so let's put us fourth.
Kirkes coming in at left back. I think he's a good player. Again, from Bournemouth, a player I rate, who I probably would have taken at Arsenal. But can he perform now with this pressure on?
I mean, come on. Kirkes from Bournemouth, by the way. Little side note there, just from Bournemouth. The best left back in the league last season, if not top 3, was my best left back in the league. But hold on, he's done it in the league before. So he's done it in the league before, but he can't manage to step up. And Frimpong hasn't done it in the league before, and he can't do it because he's not done it in the league before. But Kirkes has done it in the league before. Oh, so basically what we need is someone who hasn't done it in the league before, can do the step up, can do it in the league before. Has he played in the league before? I don't know if he's played in the... Can he do the step up, though? We'd be here all night analysing signings, my word. And that's the end of that video. Great, I really enjoyed that. Can I subscribe? Speaking of subscribing, get following this account, click the plus there. We've not even spoken about Wirtz, not even spoken about Ekatike. 2 massive signings, massive improvements on the side. We've improved in every area of the pitch, but we're finishing 4th, right? And again, it's a prediction.
Oh, sorry.
It literally cannot be wrong right now, but it almost still is wrong. If Liverpool finish 4th next season, I'll do a video on all 4s barking, eating a sock.
Woof.
Thanks for watching my TikTok.
Well, now he's talking facts, bro, isn't he?
Yeah, he's talking
Listen.
massive facts. Not even spoke about Wirtz. Not talk about McAllister, Gravenberch, Gakpo still at the team, remember?
Yeah. Do you know what? It wouldn't surprise me as well, Shane. She reminded me a little something when you said about the Timber thing. It probably wouldn't surprise me as well if he was one of them that said, Miles Lewis-Skelly's giving me Ashley Cole vibes, but then also says he'd have taken Kirkes at Arsenal. That is the type of contradiction that he makes.
Yeah.
That is, it's batshit. I mean, come on. I've done a little poll, for the chat. Big up to the chat. Let's have a little look to see what this world-class chat thinks in terms of who's gonna finish first. Because I should have done it finishing fucking 4th, silly sod.
Finishing
I don't know.
I mean...
Yeah, it's madness. We'll do that now. Who's going to finish first, and then I'll get the poll up. Where's my live stream gone? I think I'm having a little stinker here. So let's have a little look. So who's finishing first next season? The whole chat has gone 66% here. We've got Manchester City finishing second at 21%, Arsenal finishing third, and then Chelsea finishing at fourth. What we will do now is go, who do you reckon's going to finish fourth? Because I guarantee you no one's going to fucking put Liverpool. But no, that kid spoke quite well, didn't he, to be fair? I quite like it. I'd say kid, I'm not trying to patronise the geezer. He just looked a bit young as all. It's always nice when you hear what I perceive to be a young football fan talking absolute facts. That's what we want. You know, there's a few Arsenal fans that young are talking facts. That's what we like, man. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter about age then, does it? Because the geezer knows what he's saying. The big up to the geezer, man. Let's have a little.
I think it's he literally went over the points as to reasons. He made no factual football sense the reasons why Liverpool are finishing fourth. If they'd have sold Salah and they'd have sold Van Dijk had retired, or you know, something like that, or they'd lost players, I could probably go, well, yeah, you know, perhaps on a little mini sort of rebuild, if you like. They've lost Salah, and how are they going to cope? But there was no act other than age and ridiculing top players, by the way.
Yeah.
Not like one of the mill players.
Do you know what, guys?
Up against top players.
Can I just come in here?
Oh, yeah. Go on.
I'm quite certain Peter Sutcliffe, right? I'm certain he said, right? I don't know what stream it was on. It might have been the 12th man, and he was either hosting it or he was on the 12th man with you, DJB, and Shane. I'm sure he said that Liverpool are the favourites.
Yeah. Yeah, no, he said he's talking about the chance that we had, and he said Liverpool are even stronger, and you know, City, but I don't think that we'll finish. It was around the time I said we'll finish. He suddenly changed his mind. Yeah.
I think last week when I asked him, I said, "Do you think, and on your art, do you think Arsenal will win the league?" And I'm pretty sure he said, I still think Liverpool. I still make Liverpool favourites.
Favourites, indeed. I'm sure.
What you've got to remember, it's true what Shane says. All these people that do this now are just on it for one reason. They're not really. It's not about Arsenal anymore. This is what I mean.
Yeah.
And even AFTV in certain ways are going that way now. It's not solely about Arsenal anymore, and it's just so fucking annoying. It really is.
So just a couple of things. I need to jump in here quickly. There's a couple of things. Firstly, big up to Sava and all of the guys at the Spurs 5. Big up. Come on, big up Football Sarah.
Big up,
if there's any Arsenal fans in there, trust me, you'll like what Sava and the boys over there have got to say.
Yeah,
they're Spurs fans, but they're proper Spurs fans. Big up to them. Massive big up to them for the raid, man. They're all sound geezers. Over there, and especially as well, they've got their own channel, which is the Spurs 5, and of course Sav himself, the Football Heritage TV. Make sure you go over there and give them a like. And you boys have just come in to just basically keep you up to scratch with what we're talking about here. Is, as you can see on screen, not the Liverpool fan on there. He talks absolute fucking facts. It's the moron behind called Christian. There is a poll in the chat, and that currently reads, will Liverpool finish fourth? And that's right, because for some reason, this Arsenal fan, right at the back with the curly hair, as Shane would say, is Peter Sutcliffe, a doppelganger. Will Liverpool finish fourth? So far, we've got 63 votes, yes, which he thinks, no, and 64% is fuck off Christian, you tit. I think that sounds about absolutely right so far. So just for a little bit of context for you guys joining, I'll let you listen to it for yourself.
Yeah.
Because he genuinely thinks this. So have a little listen, boys.
Wow, finishing fourth.
Arsenal fan, by the way.
No, you heard that right.
Wow, finishing fourth.
Yes, you heard that right.
Wow, finishing fourth.
I've
got Liverpool. Wow, finishing fourth.
What are we doing here? And by the way, we've already said this earlier as well. Please, Spurs fans join in, other fans join in, wherever. This guy is not a representation of us Arsenal fans, yeah?
No.
Disclaimer.
Please don't put him in the same mould as me.
Please don't tar us with that same brush as that absolute tit. We 150% do not want to be associated in any way, shape, or form with the opinions of that tit. Absolutely no way, man. No way whatsoever. Big up to every single one of you that's
total disrespect to Liverpool Football Club. Total disrespect to Liverpool.
Sava, yeah. Yes, Sav.
He
thinks
well,
it's
it's
a
Yes,
form.
Sav, you heard it, mate.
That's the whole 4-minute video. No joke, bruv. Swear to you.
You heard it. Have a listen to this, Sava.
Yeah. Well, I won't play the whole lot again, but yeah, man, listen
Arsenal
to
fans, by
his
the way,
takes.
bit of
boys.
context. Yeah, Liverpool to finish fourth. Lock in.
What I'll do is I'll play the first minute or so, and I'll let you. He explains why he thinks they'll finish in fourth as well. I'll play this again. I'm going to go for a
I've got
cheeky little.
Liverpool. Wow, finishing fourth.
Arsenal fan, by the way, bit of context. Yeah, Liverpool to finish fourth. Lock in, guys.
I question Salah signing a new contract at his age, 33 years old.
He did that just 1 year younger than what you're saying. Old though, too old.
At his age, 33 years old. Going to be 34 next season.
That is how age generally works. We're talking about this season coming, yeah? The season when he's going to be 33, not 34, because that's the season after, but we skipped a year, so forget 34. Why are we talking about 34? You mentioned it, not me.
Can he still perform the way he did last year? Is he going to be as good? I don't think he will be.
Right. I've heard that before, weirdly. If I had a pound for every time a rival fans predicted Salah to drop off the season after, I'd be a millionaire. I certainly won't be arguing with you on TikTok is where I would be. He's showing no indication of slowing down. If anything, he's getting better. He's just smacked 29 goals in the league. Oh, how far do we go with this? At what point is get the walking frame out? We're not pushing him onto the pitch. He's not stood there like Frankie Valley.
He was phenomenal last year, right?
Ben's just there what? I mean, at least that's his only reason for Liverpool dropping off and finishing fourth next season. There's no more, there's a minute left on the video.
Okay, I look at Van Dijk and I think the same thing. Van Dijk. Oh, boys, let me explain, all right?
No, when you get older as a footballer, or any sportsman for that matter, you slow down or you get more injury prone or both. And it's certainly not the latter. Van Dijk he's not picking up injuries. He was available all season last year. The same goes for Salah. These two players are available. So your prediction must be based on them slowing down with age, of which Salah clearly isn't, and also Van Dijk, I can tell you now, isn't. I watch these players every week. I'm not just saying this from a position of bias. This player is not slowing down. If he was, I'd be coming in there saying we need to bring a replacement in. He's the best centre-half in the league. He was actually our second best player last year, along with, who was first? Oh, yeah, the guy who said slowing down as well. You know something? It's a moronic take. Look at Thiago Silva. My first example, it came to me. He played in the Premier League at a very, very high standard, late 30s. He was excellent. If Van Dijk was a centre-half who relied on his pace to get him out of trouble, I'd be agreeing with you. But the reality is he's one of the best, if not the best, at reading the game in the entire world at the back. This guy does not need, what on earth? It's a stupid argument.
They're both going to turn 34, which is old for a footballer in the Premier League.
Granted, yeah, Van Dijk just turned 34 in July and Salah turns 34 next June. But I do not need to sit here and list Premier League footballers who have been unable at an old age, at 33, 34, forwards with banging goals in for fun.
As I said, he's happy to sign Norgard at 31, though, isn't he? No problem with that.
Yeah.
You can't write it.
Not even in the same category as Salah, but he's happy that Norgard signed. You know, he was saying last week that, Norgard, absolutely fantastic backup. You know, Brentford's captain. He's 31. Now suddenly 33, which Salah is too old.
Yeah, and he's not 34 until the end of next season, right at the end of next season. He just the way they word it. That's the way they always word it. To it's like when they say, well, Ethan played 32 games last season. They don't go into the minutes. They whatever way they can dress it up, they'll dress it up. And the funny thing is, players nowadays, 34 isn't that old anymore. They can go to 36, 37 quite easily, and still be at the top of their game with the way they're looked after. This guy's an idiot, man.
Danny as well, mate. Yeah, honestly, these are his general takes. It sounds probably outlandish massively to you lot because it is, but it's normal to us. This is what this geezer thinks, man. This is just a rough this is what we got to put up with over here, man. Do you know what I mean? We've got fans like this that we get associated with, and people wonder why Arsenal fans are so miserable and pissed off. Honestly, because that's 90% of our fan base, boys. Spurs lads, Liverpool fans in the chat, there's loads of you. Arsenal fans, come on, do you know what I mean in there? We're all pissed off with it because we say something, you're negative, you're toxic, what poisonous take? The reason is because it's just not this. That's the take that most Arsenal fans got. 90% of them, that's what they think like. It's fucking embarrassing. Absolutely embarrassing. I'm ashamed to be associated with that type of opinion because it's fucking ridiculous. It's borderline fucking prison sentence. That's how shit it is.
I don't
it is, isn't it? You would. He deserves 10 years for that. It's ridiculous. Go on, D.
No, I don't see how that's the topic. But the problem is, again, what I blame as well are the Arsenal fans that actually watch that and really take it all in as this guy's, oh, yeah, he's right. He's 100% right. They're going to finish fourth. I agree with what he says.
Yeah.
That's worse. There is Arsenal fans that actually agree with that.
Yeah. They look up to it.
That are actually would turn around and go, yeah, Salah's past it. Van Dijk's
But we're misunderstanding him as well, because like there is a part of that video where he says that his mate Sean bumped into Arnie Slot down the street, and he asked Arnie Slot, where Liverpool going to finish, and Arnie Slot said, "Oh, well, where do you think we'll finish?" He said fourth, and he went, "You got it,
you got it, you got it."
Wait, you can't write that.
Crazy,
yeah, and do you know what?
Just
As well,
like a Spurs fan coming out. Sorry, I know.
You crack. No, you crack on, bro.
Sav's raided and all that, and if they're still in the chat, big up. That's like
quality.
That's like your total deluded Spurs fan coming out and saying they're going to win the Premiership next season.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah,
honestly,
it's ridiculous.
Honestly, and no disrespect to Spurs, I think they'll have a better season under this manager. I think it's a fantastic signing. The football manager, I think he's got a bright future in the game. But that's like a Spurs fan coming out and saying we're going to win the Premiership. That's how crazy that is, that statement there. And having Spurs fans believe in it. And then if you're a Spurs fan and you say, oh, listen to this clown saying that Spurs are going to win the Premiership, everyone's calling you negative. It's just madness. It really is.
Yeah. Daniel's jumped back in and said, yeah, he is that geezer, mate. Yeah.
He is, man.
Gyökeres, you got him. You got him. I mean, that's what we're dealing with, man. It's ridiculous. Who was it as well? Lord Rodney in there. There was a point you just made a second ago about all the fans jumping in. I can't think where it is. Yeah, they kill you off, and that's the thing, man. And that's what they do. Every time you try and have a chat and talk of common sense, they just swarm over you and just berate you and everything like that. It's ridiculous. There's fans like us, mate. And it doesn't matter who you support. If you've got a bit about you, a bit of common sense, and you can talk all right, do you know what I mean? All us fans, and I'm assuming you'll be the same, mate. All we do is just articulate what we fucking see. Honestly. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I'm fortunate enough to go on screen with Sav a few times. He's been kind enough to invite me on his channel. And do you know what? We can take our Arsenal hats off, and he can take his Spurs hat off. We can just talk about football, whether it's about Arsenal and Spurs, whether it's about, look, do you know what I mean? And it's honest. It's, obviously there's time for little digs after match day, before match day. Do you know what I mean? Having your bit of that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. But a lot of these fans, they can't just do things like that. Do you know what I mean? It's just like, I'll go on chats with Sava, and we and him will just have a chat about football, whether it's against Arsenal, whether it's against Spurs. Who cares? You're just talking honestly. Whereas a lot of these football fans are like, how can you say, you're twerking for these fans? No, you're not. You're just talking honestly. Like, I'd feel like an idiot if I said what Christian said. I'd feel like an absolute prize prick, I would. So I wouldn't be able to. If my missus heard me say that on screen, she wouldn't be able to look me in the eye for a week. She wouldn't. She wouldn't. I'll be in bed with her trying to get a little bit closer. She'd be nudging away. We got super king size, and there's a lot of space.
My arse would be in the way, man. My arse would be in the way.
Yeah,
guys.
I just read it. Yeah, I sent a picture of me because we went to Oasis on Friday. Me and my missus. Yeah, and fucking anyways, like, I've sent a little picture like that and sent it over to a couple of the boys, and I didn't even read it. Shane's like, hey, come on, trying to get in there, isn't you fucker?
You sent it to me, and I said, who's that? And you went, that's my Doris. And I was going to message back and go,
I know, I did. I said, is there any chance she's a middle-aged Irishman?
You're punching above your weight there, boy.
I was like, I'm going to say, I'll grab her arse. I'm like, why's your arse so fucking hairy, babe? I think you need to have a wax. It's this fucking cunt down here. That's what it is.
I'll tell you what, Aaron. Yeah.
Oh, babe, I never know like that.
If I was a lot younger with a missus, like, I wouldn't be doing all these streams, brother. I'll tell you.
Yeah, well, listen. Do you know, I've been with her 11.5 years. Do you know what I mean? It slows down, unfortunately. I'll tell you what, I still get a little bit of morning glory. Hey.
I'll tell you what, guys. I'm gonna play that clip to my missus. I'm gonna play that clip to my missus. That same Christian. about because she's a massive Liverpool fan. So I'm gonna play it to her and see what
you got to,
Norsky, don't you go upsetting Mrs. Norsky now.
I know.
Not Queen Norms.
Your way. We were chatting backstage, and I think Norsky got his money. He was told to get off and come on. The good Lord wants you in bed.
Big up to Cat Fun. I'm sure that's definitely not a play on words. Absolutely not a play on words. That big up to you, mate. Yeah, everyone's pissed off. Yeah, we're all a little bit. I think we're all a little bit pissed off because we want a little bit of football back. And then do you know what the funny things about English football fans, especially us, it comes back, and then we're just pissed off again because we're shit. Do you know what I mean? Like, we're agging. I'm definitely agging to get a bit of football back. I know after 3 games, we're probably going to lost to fucking Man United, scraped a 1-0 win at Leeds. Liverpool's probably going to have took the piss out of us. And we're just going to sit there thinking, I can't fucking wait for this season to end. After 3 games, isn't it? Yeah, well, so you make a good point. Big up to you, and thank you very much for the super chat, my friend. Shane, I don't know if you still had to shoot. You put in the private that you needed to quickly shoot. I'll be wrapping very, very, very soon anyway.
Yeah. No, I need to bounce because I'm just stamping around because of the noise. But
big up to Mrs. of Shane. Boy, there's more chance of you fucking filling my ass in between your bed, mate. Don't worry about that, son. Hey, yeah, I've heard your missus thinks I'm a little bit of a fucking.
No, she's moved on. She's moved on the north side now, mate.
Norsky, we're not getting involved. Norsky, we're not getting involved. All right, we're not getting involved, Norsky.
I'm just looking at a question. I'm looking at a question from Bab the Ripper. Norsky, do you always finish second like Arsenal?
Oh
yeah.
No. Norsky's
he's our gent, isn't he? Yeah.
You know what? For me, it's all about the journey. It's just all about the journey.
What about the journey, mate? Yeah.
Listen,
I'll leave it at that. That's all I got to say.
Norsky gets over the line. Don't you worry about that.
Fucking one mid swallow. I suppose that wasn't an opportunistic thing to say, but fucking hell.
Oh boy.
We got
funny, man. Listen, our boy Norms, he's a boy, mate. Yeah, he's a good finisher, mate.
This football team, I'll tell you.
Can we move the chat along quickly?
You dirty bastard!
Guys, can I move the goalpost, please? Can I move the goalpost?
We're moving it. Shane's got to go and buy his breakfast for the morning. Come on, Shane's got to go and buy his breakfast.
Oh yeah.
Get all the materials.
Get the ingredients for the full Irish.
Getting Christian flipped up, man, before I get up. Well.
Shane, before you shoot, remind everyone where they can find you, what you're up to.
I will be Shane GOONER, of course. I'll be back tomorrow morning for the full Irish, and then Tuesday I'll then have the retro show with DJB at 4:30. We've got some absolute classics lined up: Celtic, Rangers, Birmingham off the top of my head. I think we're going for Ipswich, so the retro show will be at 4:30. Make sure you tune in for that.
Yes.
And I think then we'll be on with Jezza for the old school show then at 6. So busy day tomorrow, but the main one will be I'll be back tomorrow morning for the full Irish at 10:30, and then 4:30 for the retro, and 6 o'clock then for the old school show. But big up for everybody on the panel.
Big up,
Shane. Big up to the amazing chat. Big up to everybody for the raid and stuff like that. And I'll see you again. Absolute legends.
No, big up, man. Shane's a geezer, isn't he, man? Yeah, and again, to double down on this point, he does a lot of top Gooner cooking over there at 10:30. He's there every single day. So if you're a rival fan, if you're an Arsenal fan, if you're whatever, and you sit like a chefing up the absolute muggy melt talking spastics, then you will absolutely like Shane and this channel and DJB's. And Normsky is a little bit politer over there at Normsky TV. He's told me off. He's pre-warned me.
We're not as hard. We're not as hard.
Listen, I'll tell you on a Sunday night, sit back. Oh, mate. Cup of coffee, cup of Rosie Lee, and some British minis. It's great. It's great.
We're not as hard hitting. We're hitting in the right direction, but Shane and Aaron and all of that. They've got it, man. They've got it.
Yeah, well, listen. People need to be told. I mean, they just do. The thing is for us, we're in such a We're in such a weird position for us where all we want is for our football club to do well. And I'm sure all the Spurs fans, all the Liverpool fans in this chat,
100.
you'll all think the same. That's all we want to do. Do you know what I mean? And we just feel time's been wasted. Now, look, Spurs won a trophy last year, mate. They had a successful year. We've had 5 crap years. Now, people,
you know what, Aaron? I said it in the stream earlier on. The other week. I said at the end of the day, the new season starting, everyone's on 0 points.
Yep.
But when you look in the cabinet, Spurs have won a trophy. They've had a parade.
Yeah.
They've had a nice night out. We haven't. And that's it.
That's what it was all about, mate.
Zero, and we all start from 0 again.
Two of my oldest mates, two of my oldest mates, and I mean, I've probably known him for about 32 years of my 35-year existence, maybe even more than that, to be fair, with one of them. And they were at the stadium. They were at Bilbao, and I mean, I was obviously happy that they were happy. Maybe not the most happy why they were happy, but to be fair, mate, they were ringing me every hour, like until about 4 or 5 in the morning, and I mean on the dot, texting me crap in between. I mean, look, you take it. Do you know what I mean? This banner, it is what it is. But that's what it's all about. They went to a stadium, they were abroad, and they had a night that they, you know what I mean, they won't ever forget. That's what it's all about. Well, I don't spend 1,500 quid on my Arsenal season ticket to finish second and go, it was better than finished third, I guess. Do you know what I mean?
Aaron, can I just say, your mates that went to Bilbao, have they lost sleep where they finished in the league?
Yeah, no, look, obviously, do you know what I mean? For that, when you isolate the season domestically for Spurs, it was a fucking stinker. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, they didn't lose sleep for last year. Obviously, they will absolutely want to progress on that for next year. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, in the context of the season, yeah, they'll be fucking double fuming that they finished 17th. But they probably won't be as fuming they finished 17th when a week later or 2 weeks later they won the Europa League. Exactly. And that gives them an opportunity to win another trophy as well. And the frustrating thing for that as an Arsenal fan is they could actually equal our European record inside of 3 months if they beat PSG. Do you know what I mean? Because we've only got 2 European trophies. Our European pedigree is pathetic. Yeah, absolutely pathetic. And Spurs could equal it in 3 months. Our 149-year European history. It's embarrassing how we've been. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. It's all about trophies. No one cares about second. No one cares about second. No. Now, I know, obviously, if Sav's still in there, he'll have obviously loved, and I've watched a lot of Sav's content. He'd have obviously, of course, he would have loved the Spurs lifting that trophy. But I know he bloody ain't happy. Obviously, in the concept of just that season in isolation, I know he ain't happy with 17th. I don't think a lot of Spurs fans would take that again. But do you know what I mean? That was last season now, isn't it? Move on. You know, they've qualified for the Champions League, or, you know, probably going to be tricky. But if you're Spurs, get back in as a progressive. Maybe win a Carabao Cup and get 4th. I think that would be a fantastic season for Spurs. With all due respect, I don't know whether that would be for Spurs fans, but I reckon just getting back into 4th or getting back into competition for them top places, do you know what I mean? Being back there and just moving away from the fucking 17th.
Team though, Aaron, haven't they? They've had that taste of success as a team to probably go and win the Carabao Cup.
That's exactly why I said it.
Our team has not had that joy of winning as a team. They've not had that joy of going to Wembley as a team or being in a cup final as a team. They don't know what that feels like. So your Salibas and your Sack and all these players together as a team are playing week in and week out, and they've not had that experience to spur them on to another competition. Whereas Spurs, although they've done bad in the league, they've still had that experience of winning together and winning a major cup, winning a major trophy. So that's going to spur them on in the cup competitions next season. And I'll tell you now, they won't do as bad as what they done last year in the league. They won't.
Not under Frank. No, not under Frank. It was Ange's tactics and his arrogance, because every Spurs fan could tell you what the Tottenham's weaknesses were. It just, Ange was there for 2 years or whatever it was, 2-3 years, and he just ignored it. He had an opportunity every the end of the season. You're thinking, do you know what? You're not really. You're bad from set pieces, corners, and all of that. You know, you're defensively, your line's massively too high. You're getting ripped apart. You know, all right, you'll get your game where you'll rip Manchester City apart. You'll get that. But over the large duration of a 38 period, you ain't doing that 38 times, playing that way. And the fact that he refused to over a long, sustainable period of 38 Premier League games, you're going to get bloody found out. And his arrogance and unwillingness to change his tactics over the course of obviously last season resulted in 17th place.
Yeah.
And do you know what? If what I will say is, and Spurs fans will know this, and it's not a dig. If you was to have better teams promoted the season before, you could have gone down with that performance. If you have had 3 shitty teams coming up, do you know what I mean? Yeah. That's all down to Ange, and they will not have that absolutely whatsoever. Thomas Frank, he won't put up with that shit.
I think that was the worry, and I think that was the worry on a lot of Spurs fans where they finished last season, because they know that if Ipswich or Leicester had put a run together, if they'd have put a run of sort of 8-9 games together towards the end of that season, Spurs could have easily have been dragged down into that relegation spot quite easily. And that was the bit that was unforgivable, and that he would not change the way he played, Ange. But the bottom line is, they've acted in the right way. They've won a trophy and sacked their manager. We haven't won a trophy and we've still got our manager.
Facts. Do you know what, D, as well?
£1 billion later.
Yeah.
Near on £1 billion later, no trophy, and we've still got our manager. Who's acting like the bigger club? I don't know. Do you win a trophy, sack your manager for your league position? Or do you win nothing and still keep your manager and throw more money at it? I told you, we're like NHS FC. All we're doing is throwing money at it, but not getting any better. We're like the NHS. Millions and millions and millions of pounds being thrown at it, but not really improving. That's all we're doing. We're just throwing money at it. Here, Arteta, here's some more money. There you go. Here's some more money. Oh, hasn't that worked? Hasn't Gorkarez worked? Oh, don't worry, we'll throw more money at it. When is it going to get to the point where they stop looking at who we're signing and the money and actually turn around and go, well, hang on a minute. What are you doing as a football coach and manager then to change things? What are you doing? Why are we paying you £15 million? Why are we having to keep buying all these players, and why are we keep having to throw money at it? What are you actually doing as a football coach to change things at this football club? This is what I don't get. There's no question. There's no questioning this guy. It's just, go and sign another player.
Yeah. How long do you wait? Yeah, we would just. It don't matter. Just
wait
forever.
It don't matter.
Wait forever.
It don't matter.
Yeah. We'll just fucking wait forever. Why not? Because we live forever, apparently. So I've got fucking forever to wait.
Yeah, Aaron, let's be honest. That Real Madrid game, I'll be honest, we played quite well. But if Declan Rice hadn't scored those absolute weldies, that would have been a 1-0, perhaps a 1-1. That might not even that
changes the second leg, doesn't it? Massively. Then only a 1-0.
That semi-final saved that manager. I don't care what you say. That Champions League semi-final saved that manager.
Yeah. Do you know what as well? I wanted to add as well, when you was mentioning about obviously like Spurs acting like a bigger club, especially in the particular time, sacking Ange, winning the Europa League, buzzing, sacking him. For context for the Spurs fans in here, Arsenal have been in the in that competition 3 times under Mikel Arteta, and we went out to Olympiacos, we went out to Sporting Lisbon, we went out to Villarreal, our old manager, and we kept him. Spurs won it and sacked him. This is the problem that we've got at Arsenal. It's ridiculous.
That's the difference.
It's bonkers, mate. When you say it out loud and do them comparisons, you sit there and think, Spurs sacked the winner of that. We kept the geezer who lost 3 times on the trot, one of them being at home, and one of them was against our old manager. You can't write it, can you?
No.
You can't write it. There's a question that Matty K put in the chat as well. We're going to be joined by James E20 right now. Big up to you, James. I'm gonna ask this, and then we can go around with this. And it's obviously to me, but we'll ask everyone else. Everyone else will have their opinion on it. Who had a better season last season? Champions League semi-final and second in the Prem, or 17th in the Premier Europa League trophy? The latter all day long, my friend. It's all about winning. All about winning. You won the European trophy, which got you into a top seed of the Champions League anyway, by the way, something second place doesn't do. And you've got an opportunity to win another trophy in terms of the European Super Cup. There's an absolute no-brainer winner for there. I don't want to finish 17th every bloody season, but if it comes with a trophy, I mean, it does take the edge off. But yeah, I get it. 17th ain't good. But in the context of that comparison, I mean, I want a trophy. Like I was saying before, I would spend 1,500 quid on my season ticket, along with travel and things like that. I go away to some European games and all that. All in all, it's a few £1,000 that I spend as a football fan. I don't even go to the vast majority of the away games. There's people that spend absolutely significantly more than I do, and I still spend a lot of dough myself. I don't pay all of that money, and I don't give up time with my family, my missus, my kids. I don't give up all of thousands of pounds of money and hundreds of hours to just go and watch us finish second. Oh, well, it's not too bad, is it? Yeah, club of getting the semi-final. Oh, by the way, we got in 2 semi-finals last year. We lost 4-0 on aggregate to Newcastle with scoring a goal. And then we fucking conceded in the 3rd minute the semi-final of the Champions League and never recovered from it. So we didn't score a fucking goal and was humiliated home and away in one of them. And we lost 2 legs in the Champions League. Semi-final weren't even our ceiling, was it? Yeah, I had this little mini thing with Terry last week on the terrace. I said, well, how can Arsenal be a semi-final team if they got taken the piss out of every single 4 games? That doesn't make sense. They might have qualified for the semi-final, but they weren't a fucking semi-final team. Otherwise, they wouldn't have lost all 4 games. Yeah. And they just couldn't comprehend that. I was like, well, you weren't good enough in the semi-final. You might have been good enough in the semi-final. That's where you belong. Then you're just a good quarter-final team. Well, I think logic like that is just fucking lost on people.
Again, Aaron. Again, I can't get my head around the fact that they are Man United fans, and yet they're like asking that stupid question. Man United fans should know better. You're supporting the biggest club in the world.
Yeah,
they've had more fans at their game against West Ham than we have had in Singapore. That's how big that football club is. They've filled that stadium.
BJB, West Ham fans were their brother.
But what I'm saying is, Man United fill stadiums all across the world, wherever they, no matter how bad they're doing, and they're and they're questioning us about the semi-finals. I mean, come on.
That question, what was just asked, is basically what will you remember in 5 years? That's what I would turn around to someone and say, right, will you remember finishing second and having a semi-final, or will you remember winning something? Do you know what I mean? No one remembers the losers; they always remember the winners. And at the end of the day, I'm just going to say this also, right? And this is for a few Arsenal fans in here, not the boys who's on the screen, but the people in the chat who are fucking deluded. Arsenal was brought up. I was always brought up. I'm a West Ham fan, but I was brought up with Arsenal winning stuff. Arsenal would never, ever in the fan base, and DJB will probably vouch for this, back in the day, go, oh, you know what, second would do, or third would do, or fourth would do. Never acceptable. Never. Right, it used to, the Arsenal Manchester United rivalry, Ferguson Wenger, was something of fucking like bitter, you know what I'm saying, and things like that. So listen, you can look to go to a stage, but you got to get to the final stage and win it. Do you know what I mean? You can't keep going, being the nearly man. You know what I mean? No one remembers the nearly man. Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a fact, James. That's a good way of swinging it back on its head.
Yeah,
that's what I would say to listen, because obviously you
don't. When we won FA Cups and all of that, and we was finishing down the leagues, we don't remember league positions. We remember the FA Cups and the day at Wembley.
Yeah, if you was to say, if I was to say to someone where like when fucking hell, let me get this right. When Tony Adams scored that goal, that's the one I remember from years ago when I was a kid. When he went through and he scored that goal against Everton. Final day of the season. Fucking I'm West Ham fan, know about Arsenal. But you know, it's just. But the Barclays Premier League, or you know what I mean, was a thing. The issue is no one remembers who finished second that year or third. No, like you go and ask people, they have to fucking Google it. So you know,
no one cares, James, do they? No one cares.
No, everyone. It seems like everyone wants to be. I've said it a few times on here. People want to be a part of something, but they don't want to win something, and that's the difference. They look at
It's get along game. Get along game.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Cult of Arteta, mate.
Yeah.
It's a cult.
Yeah, but listen, don't you give us Fabio Vieira, mate. I see Ben Jacobs has put out something tonight. I think fucking
Yeah, you can have Fabio. You can have
see
Fabio.
that. Yeah, you can have
Oh,
him.
yeah.
He's worth 30 million. I think
Come on, he's a great player. He's a great player, mate. He's a great player. I'll tell you.
We'll throw in. We'll throw in Reece Nelson as well. You can have him.
Fucking hell, mate. But Sullivan, I love you lot.
You can have Reece Nelson and Fabio Vieira down at West Ham now.
And Gabby Jesus is getting back to fitness, so you can have him as well.
I'll tell you what. Why don't you put in for Martinelli? Why don't you put a bid in for Martinelli? There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's been looking good. He has the last few seasons, Martinelli. Yeah, he's really coming into his own. He is.
Yeah.
Oh, of course he fucking has, isn't he?
just quickly before we carry on. Sorry. One sec. We'll come back into that, but 2 seconds. I just have to do this. Firstly, James, I've put your link 320 pinned in the chat. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, go and do that. And also, I am going to put in Stava's link clickable and the Spurs 5. So I'm assuming, obviously, everyone that's come over are already. Have I put that in the bio? Have I not? Let's have a little look.
Yeah, you have.
I have. Yeah, so they're clickable links. Sub to Football Heritage TV, which is Sava, and of course is one of the Spurs 5. So make sure you go over there and give them a little bit of love. But yeah, of course, we're going to move it back to the Fabio Vieira links. And I mean, has there been a fee attached to it, James? Because I've only loosely seen it.
I reckon it's a loan with an option to buy at the end of the year. The West Ham ain't got the money, mate. So I don't see how. I just don't see it. Fuck knows what they're trying to do in midfield. I've got no idea. Like, this is over West Ham 38 years, me fucking life, and I've no idea what they're trying to do in midfield. But one thing I will say is when I see that, I was like, fuck me. Like, and you see my comment earlier on, Fabio, West Ham, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Fucking, I bet Arsenal fans are looking to drive him to fucking East London. So yeah,
I'll piggyback him there, mate. Don't worry about that. I'll say, come on, on you up. Come on, Fabio. Come on.
It's gonna be your creative spark. I'm telling you. You'll open up doors, mate.
The only thing I can think of, right, is that it could be Paqueta goes, and then this geezer comes in as sort of the make weight. But
what in terms of can you see? Because you know what, we were sort of touching on this for Arsenal earlier, in terms of like outgoings, and you mentioned there like a loan with an option. And obviously that'd be good for you guys because it's just if you don't work out, it don't work out. For Arsenal, we just can't do that. We need to have an obligation on that. Like for me, just to get him out the door. I mean, I'm probably overvaluing him, but because it's Premier League to Premier League and obviously London to London, I'd sort of be wanting 15 to 20 million obligation to buy. That's what I'd be looking at to get.
There's no way West Ham are going to cough up that in this window.
Is it really? Right? Yeah.
What it is, and the old man will tell you this, the money's fucking tight at West Ham, mega tight. So I reckon it'd be a loan. In one way, it could benefit Arsenal for two reasons. Number one, it frees up the space in their squad. That's the first thing. So you ain't going to be in your 25, or if he already is. And the second thing, if he does come to us and he plays all right, his value only goes up. His value ain't going to go down. So do you know what I mean? It's just a rumour at the minute. Ben Jacobs is a bit like that. You never know what you're going to get with him. But it wouldn't surprise me because we're looking at midfielders. He's coming up. Like, what type of midfielder is he? People say he's an 8 or like a floating 8.
I mean, he's something between there and like a 10, really.
He's not. I mean, Arteta like to play him out on the wing for some reason. Just played him out on the wing. But he's more
play players anywhere in their position.
Yeah, 8 or 10.
He's somewhere there between. Yeah. He's definitely not good enough at either position. I can absolutely promise you that. But I mean, he's available.
Aaron,
I mean, he isn't good. He's great. That's what I meant to say. He isn't good. He's absolutely great. Big up you, Hendo. Big up.
Everton look like they're going to get Grealish on. Apparently, they're looking into getting Grealish on loan. I thought West Ham would have been all over that, to be honest.
Yeah, something like that.
Grealish.
Yeah, that
is
wages. Grealish is available on loan. I think it's probably a good signing for
baller,
15 Premier League club.
What's his wages?
300k at the minute at Manchester City. Yeah. So there'd have to be some sort of subsidising, obviously.
75% of that would be covered by City, wouldn't they?
Yeah.
It's a lot of dough, isn't it? They might get away with, you know, someone paying 100. Depends on what club, doesn't it, really? If it's going to be a Fulham or West Ham or so-and-so, they're not going to pay any more than 100k for him. But I just can't see it. Whereas, you know, if he was to go to a more established sort of club at the top of the league, let's just say, for example, they get what the Spurs fans are in here. Well, Spurs fans are in here as well. Big up to you, by the way. Big up to everyone in the chat. Don't forget, smash them bloody likes up. Big up. Would you take Grealish on loan for a season? No obligation. 150k maybe for Spurs. I think you'd be able to afford that. James, what would you be happy with as a West Ham? Taking him on loan, wages.
He would be perfect.
Would you pay that?
I would say 30% of his wages that West Ham can cover. So about if we can pay Danny Ings 125 grand a week.
Is that what he's on? Is that what Danny Ings is on?
Yeah.
You know, he was on it. He ain't on it no more. He's been evacuated. Right? Yeah. So if we can pay him that, we can pay Grealish. I think he's perfect for West Ham.
Oh yeah.
West Ham love a maverick. That's one thing we do love at our club. We had it with Canio, we had it with Ben Ayew, Berkovic, all these players over the years. We love a maverick. That's one thing with us. I think one thing with Grealish, if he ever did go to a club, he needs to be playing all the time because the World Cup's next year.
Yeah.
That's the move. Like the World Cup is where he's looking at. The only thing, if we don't go for him, it means that we're going to try and push hard for Harvey Elliott. So, you know, either one or the other.
From Liverpool, yeah. What, as on a loan thing as well?
I think that will be a loan with an obligation to buy because there's two players West Ham are looking at, Tyler Morton and Harvey Elliott. I think West Ham are waiting for something to happen. Either get rid of a player, then they're going to go in there, buy Morton, loan the other player, and go around it that way. But always with the Paqueta situation, and listen, I'm fucking glad it's over, mate. Like the geezer's been found not guilty, and he was cleared the other day. Like that's been a pain in the ass for the last 2 years, and we've lost out on a lot of money because he was going to go to City straight after Prague. So
I was going to say, because I know they were looking at him, weren't they? But that's all died a death now, isn't it? So
they're still looking to sell him now, James, aren't they?
Yeah,
if the offer comes in.
I think he's had enough of England, mate. Like he's been hung out to dry for the last 2 years, hasn't he? He's been stitched up. I remember a game last year against Spurs when he went in for a tackle. Missed time.
They're trying to say that was.
Yeah, and what it was, he started bursting out crying on the pitch because I think he just got too much for him. Like because he's every time he goes in for a tackle, he's getting booked and he's coming back to that.
Yeah.
And what it was the other day, was it Friday night? I think it was. I don't know, like an emergency stream. Couldn't believe it. Like it came out in the newspapers that he's all clear, and even Simon Jordan said it today on a video he done for Talk Sport. I think it's a disgrace, the FA. How they've dragged that on for 2 years.
Yeah,
they've got nothing on him at all, and then for them just to go. And do you know what makes me laugh? This is the thing with media that makes me sick. If that man would have been guilty, that would have been over every press today. No one even knows this happened.
Yeah.
100%.
He's been exonerated, and it's like, right, fair play. Move on to the next. Move on to the next victim.
Facts.
You know what I mean?
That's what it is, and I just feel that's sickening, really, because like, it's been a fucking nightmare, mate. That is, I just said it. I just done a space on Twitter, and I said it to one of the boys on now. The reason why West Ham are in this financial situation is also because of this Paqueta situation. Because we should have sold him 2 years ago to City for the dough. We would have got
800.
I think it was
85, something like that.
It was
like straight after Prague. Would have sold Deck to use. Would have sold Paqueta to them.
So 185, nearly 200 mil.
Would have had 200 mil in the pocket to rebuild this whole squad. And now we're working with fucking Callum Wilson and. There you go.
What's his value now, Paqueta? What would be his value now? Now that he's cleared, of course.
Do you know what, mate? I don't know, right? Because I look at him on his day, he's a quality player. Right, he is. Right, he can do some damage to teams, right? The issue is has this knocked the bollocks out of him. I mean, like as he lost faith in England and being here and all that. The only thing that goes in our favour at the minute is I don't think he's pushing for a move. I don't think he's saying he wants to leave, but I think deep down, I don't think he fancies it anymore in the Prem. West Ham's been loyal to him. West Ham stood by him through the whole thing.
How old is he? How old is he?
27.
What's he got left on his deal? Years, obviously. So is what
2 years, isn't it?
2 years, yeah. Got to be 2 years. Yeah.
Now's the time, isn't it? Now's the time. It's now a bust, and extend or sell.
Can he take the FA to
tribunal?
A tribunal because of defamation of character or what is the effect it's had on his career? Can he
Simon Jordan said something today, which I don't really agree with. He goes, well, if he don't take him to court, it means that he's guilty of something. Because what it is, if you take someone to court, it's like a counter sue him, then all other stuff don't have to come out in the wash. And if Simon Jordan was basically turning around and saying, well, if he doesn't do that, then there's more to it. I don't agree with that. I've always said this, and I'm involved in the betting world. I've always said that when the bookies smell blood, they come hunting, and they want blood if they've lost a lot of money, and they lost a lot of money on Lucas Paqueta, apparently. So for me, I think they're going to get counter-sued. I think the FA are up shit's creek now with Sullivan. But Sullivan won't let that go. Right, one thing with listen, I despise that geezer, but one thing he's good at is he will take him to town because he's going to feel like he's been robbed. Yeah, he feels like he's been robbed. Imagine it's like you, for instance, just say in the future you want to sell Rice for 120 million, 150 million, and then all of a sudden a case comes out and his value drops down from 150 down to 50.
It's an asset, isn't it? It's an asset to the owners, isn't it?
Yeah, you've basically you've defrauded the asset really deep down. Yeah. So it's not good, mate. Not good at all. I'll be honest. But I'm happy for him though. One thing I said on a video the other day, I said I wouldn't like to be in that situation where your career and your life could just change like that through someone else's decision. And if you know you've not done it, and there was people saying to me, I don't think he's done it, James, and I was like, it's not him doing it. It's a case of if it's a conspiracy, like in that sort of game, you haven't got to do anything. But if you know about it, you're as guilty as the next man.
British media will rip you apart. They'll rip their own apart.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like they will. They'll build you up and absolutely rip you to shreds.
Yeah.
And
West Ham and him are waiting for something like this week. It's going to come out this week, and I reckon that they're going to line up the FA big time because the FA are fucked now because they've got no, their hands are like that.
Over the last few years, they've embarrassed themselves tenfold, haven't they?
On this one, they have, mate, because it didn't have to take 2 years.
Do you know though, James? Do you know though, James? And you got the fan base in every club. There's a lot of West Ham fans that have been nasty towards Paqueta the way he's played. But if he's had all that on his shoulders, you can see why he's played like that in certain games because they've been giving it to him about. Get rid of him. He's a fucking waste of time. That, and the other. And they've really steamed into him. But the guy's had all this on his shoulders, and do you know what I mean? He's tried to play through it, hasn't he?
He has. He hasn't been good. I'm not going to say he's been good. If this has been on his case for a while, then that's a problem. Yeah. The issue is with it is that we've lost out as a club on an asset going somewhere else because. It was basically done. It was basically a done deal that he was going. And I listened to Simon Jordan earlier on, and when he said it, I felt like smashing my face off the floor, right? Because he turned around and he said that it was lined up that Paqueta was going to go to Manchester City, and Cole Palmer would have come to West Ham in a part exchange with a bit of money on top.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah,
2 years ago, and we was linked to Cole Palmer. Chelsea come in and got him. Because obviously the Lucas Paqueta deal broke down, and we didn't have the money to go out and pay for him, but we would have had Cole Palmer plus it was like 30 million, ridiculous.
Yeah, so you can see why a lot of West Ham fans are angry because they're obviously taking it out on Paqueta.
I really did genuinely think that the FA were going to do him on the smallest charge possible.
Yeah,
that they was going to try and find something on him to get him done, so they can't get counter-sued. To find nothing on him, and to basically be cleared by an independent review board tells me they've dropped a major bollock, big time.
Massively, yeah.
Yeah.
Something's not gone right, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean? I mean, that's evidently so. I mean, for a fact that he's won the case, there's everything in there, but they've embarrassed themselves. I think when it gets to these sort of phases, and who's the loser? Had and their fans. More importantly, the fans. Do you know what I mean? Because all right, Paqueta's still a good player and all that, but like you said, you could have got rid of Paqueta. You could have got Cole Palmer in. Maybe you might have sold him, but then you'd have probably sold him for 80, 90 million as well. Do you know what I mean? You'd have replaced, moved on. You wouldn't have had all of this crap. Do you know what I mean? Something hanging over you. Do you know what I mean? It's screwed with it. And ultimately, it's always the fans that lose out because Kudus, apologies. Paqueta still get paid. You know what I mean? Like West Ham, still a wealthy club. Do you know what I mean? It all comes down to the fan that the ones that get hit hardest when I start talking English. Do you know what I mean? It's a frustrating sort of narrative. Big up the Suge. Kudus out. Yeah, he's going Vieira in. Sounds like our window. Yeah. It's not been a fantastic one. Yeah, for us. I mean, we got Victor Gyökeres in, but do you know what I mean? Nothing else really there to sort of scream about. And Tom, big up to Tom. I'm assuming he's a Liverpool fan. Liverpool, and he actually right here winning that Carabao Cup with them kids. That is massively underrated. Well, before Klopp left, to be fair, that was a great cup for them to win. I'd take that all day long. Do you know what I mean? But I can't win it with his first team. Let alone kids. You don't play the kids.
His greatest moments. Klopp still says that's one of his greatest moments, winning that Carabao Cup with that team.
Yeah. Oh yeah, 100%. That was massively underrated, man. Massively underrated. But I will wrap it up there because I've realised the time. I've realised how long we've been on, nearly 3 hours. I didn't even realise it was 1 o'clock.
Wow.
When you're going, big up Darren Sullivan as well in the chat. Yeah, I know. Yeah. When you look at it, I'm sitting there thinking, oh fuck, it was an hour and 50 a minute ago. Now it's 2 hours. Do you know what I mean? It goes like that, doesn't it? But DJB, what have you got coming up, my friend?
I've got the retro with Shane tomorrow. I've done a live stream today. I've not got nothing planned so far, but I might go live one day. One day this week. Retro on Sunday sit back on Sunday. That'll be going out. Just keeping it mellow at the moment until the season starts, and then all guns blazing, hopefully.
Yeah. No, buzzing, man. Yeah, I'm looking forward.
I'm on with Jezza. I'm on with Jezza tomorrow, and I think I'm on with the Deluded on Wednesday. So I've got my shows as well. Yeah.
Yeah, buzzing, man. Absolutely buzzing. And Norms as well. What have you got coming up, my friend?
Yeah, Wednesday, the What's Going On podcast, 6:30 Wednesday. Come and check me out there. We'll be talking all things transfers and looking at all the top 6 clubs. And then on Thursday, on with Shane, Bruce Banana. Friday, I might not be around for your phone-in show because I'm away for the weekend, but even if I could sneak and jump on, let's see what happens. Yeah, but so send me the link. Just
don't get in trouble with it. Don't get in trouble with Queen Norms, mate. You don't want to do that. Do you know what I mean? The old hooking and all of that. Isn't it?
Yeah, he was hooked. He was hooked.
He was hooked, mate.
Well, she showed her face, didn't she? Yeah, she's hello.
She did. She's lovely.
For Mrs. Normski. Absolutely.
Double respect for Miss Normski. And James as well, man. What you got coming up, my friend? Thank you very much for jumping on.
No worries, mate. I'll tell you what, I've got quite a busy week. Tomorrow night, I've got all the boys on after hours, E20. Nice. So that's going to be good. Nice. It's going to be lively on there tomorrow because there's everyone on there. All the Lucas, who was there in New Jersey the other day, is going to be there. And it's going to be lively. We're going to talk about Paqueta. Going to talk about the situation at the minute. No money. And then Wednesday, double header, mate. Double header day. Going to do Goodwood during the day. And that night, 11:30, all the way around to about 1:30, West Ham Everton in Chicago. I'll be there. After hours, after 4. Yeah, I done one the other day. 12 o'clock kickoff, midnight. Finished at 2 o'clock, and I didn't wrap up till 4. I was like, "Oh fuck, mate!" I was like, "No, never again." So yeah, and a couple of other things, but yeah, that's me, mate, this week.
Nah, buzzing, man. Nah, wicked. And for me as well, tomorrow's Tuesday, so I don't know. Sometimes I'll jump on someone's channel. Sometimes in the mornings on a Tuesday, but I will be on the terrace with LB at 3:30. So make sure to jump over there and give me a little follow. And I always do a world-class Friday call-in show. And I'll try and find a couple of other little bits to do in between. I'm finally back. Do you know what I mean? I'll be back to streaming a lot more. So again, apologies. But big up to every single one of you in the chat, man. Big up to the world-class Arsenal fans. Big up to the world-class rival fans, and big up to Sava and the boys at Spurs 5 for giving us a raid. And of course, big up to the Spurs fans. You know that came, that went, and the Spurs fans that's still here. Fair dues. It's a rival channel. Big up to you. Big up to all the Liverpool fans.
Emma's man.
Big up to the Arsenal fans. Of course, big up to the Emma's fans if there's any in the chat. Big up to you. Big up to the members. Big up to everyone who super chatted. It means an absolute lot. Do you know what I mean? Let's get that twisted. Let's not get that twisted. You know, it's wicked, man. We got world class chat, Zidane chat, Maradona chat, Pele chat. Come on, man. But we will let everyone get off. Let all you guys get off. To bed. It's 1 o'clock. We're all getting a little bit drowsy, and we've all got work to do. We've got shit to do in the morning. I'll be going for a 5K run in the morning. Come on, trying to lose my Stella belly. We're gonna get it, mate, honestly. I've been drinking too much. So you know what I mean. We're being a good boy now. Do you know what I mean?
Thanks a lot.
World class. Take care. Have a great morning, everyone. Sweet.
Take care, man.